Nkono aba pa ho simano edu mienu pepepe mehwe clock iso a sa pepepe ene city e wa yatena se agode hu sambre ena everyway ene twato ansa na wotwene nyina aba na wie nti ene yentena ko se pramo beto na yemfa agode hu sam die wo fie die wo mo na nyina no enso emfa emramu ye kafie na just Black Stars enkomo no ebetumi akoso ene aye match day in Philadelphia Philly US of A. The Black Stars of Ghana airborne the final group game group L na yebe said nema ensubesia ko yebe kwa piamu America na yakwa kodin ko medical catchers yana musini America the chairman himself chairman Bright Kankambodu wonu na represent pure 95.7 America since World Cup shasi nyina no oguso no etama update bi wonu yakwa homa no so ne banko mebi won so a yankasi agi information no ne yababeto enso etimi de mamena match day nti kwan bia se beko ne akwakotie de akoso Black Stars camp na ensem ne de repeat na eba no pay se de medical kan na akoye match day sa na just Black Stars stories no ebe ya mo ye discuss yen game no ye be Croatia for even though say you qualify even though say you Croatia game ye qualification na na mum ye position enso be chere opponent ye be share say Portugal Colombia high na Ghana o professor face ni nyina no ye behwe na kyese ye de nima atoto ne be ni na ye di nkomo na ebi no se nra na ye di nkomo so Portugal dia na se be ya den na bi so Portugal 2 years ago born na ye no boy na no kwa na coach Otoado but omo share 3-2 dia ba 2-2 say omo share ba 2-2 say ye nso ye ma bi ko mu pa nti omo no ye nhye da nsuro bo so na say that time kwa na Cristiano Ronaldo enyini nuru sei ai vim na bawo he vim no ho bruta nyasem kotwa right I was avonti ni nyina ye bewe na ya ha eye Colombia for no so edie na ya ha Ghana ye fa eye Europe the fa South America san your chances no enso be continue no ye the honsem eba no pay e wodwumaden say live e wo Facebook Pure FM TV obetia join us see now kan ho ama ya ba adwuma ukọ search engine no be Facebook na wakọ search engine no abashim Pure FM TV obehun say eye feed no enso etimi da ho na o like video na wa share now the comment enso e dey ato and the comments no obetimi e the predictions e dey aba say the officer Ghana match no results ABC akono betimi e dey aba afei officer Ghana why na yesiana ebeboa between Portugal and Colombia why and ebeboa quest e wo World Cup no bi mfuza yesia Portugal on we say obehia big boys no at this stage but Drew baby say bia ko duru semi final so baby na baby chobo de ode no akọ anim we must say Colombia mumka how route no because work out at the mark countries ni bi atase tini nyina no na wa kire wa adwene e wo comment section wo afei e wo YouTube anopai over join e wo YouTube Pure FM TV Pure FM TV on YouTube so no obehun se e wo ho na chese video no eba onso watimi ahye abafoforo ensa enso watimi akabia no pe ye no na edi ejumane say Christian do say atena se wa ha obetine nka Maxwell nana Asian enso agene agwa obeti ono nso nka afeye producers no Jacob Achusebe warum na chief executive producer Bright Owusu enso body chidom den Clifford no Jarvis Mark na Fejo and Trent omunyina e wa ha se omu eboa amajumedi no enso etimi ayekama midin eri Andrew Sowusu obetia frame andika that's me tramo eri ama chairman Bright Kankambodu chabo said the medical kanogu so ye adwuma eri maye as yen correspondent ewo America enya asem ko no pay o say match day bia no me shemi Jesse match day me shemi Jesse and of course sports center Adaroma we wa cho se wonya nya Jesse anopay a tutumrika neko amekum traffic light sports center amekum traffic light cause here neko pe Ghana Jesse because and now kwaya Saturday minim say programs out on so town and na bonus no what parties and na there no ye be was 1759 Santinos amekum City Star building HFM opposite to ehona na ye be here there no enso dey free minim say there are other venues on my live viewing any day ehon nyina be koso ye wi ye be sa ba town na che say ye dey chill and ye wi 1759 na live band pia so ye nya hu say qualify se ba bia be to bia emproyem ene kwan bia so ye be fa so age ani ene ye nya nai ti kwaji ujesi ena nso no ba bia na jesi ne di pie ba bia jesi ne de ko ti won sanka Ghana jesi na maka cho no sports center na wakwaje Ghana jesi no Christian ebeje ne de anope me so ahwe na esien enso ni jesi a wo se upe bia jese oye special request if you on kasa no me so asabo ensa nso e de aba ni jesi ni pe bia wo se jese ye ka kire no na o my special order edema ye na chese ye nya jesi ni bia asmi ahye na me nim so ono nko na ye Ghana ni a onfa ono nko na Ghana ni a o hye Ghana de ye ya me de hye me ma kire me kire kwan Christian de ma kire ba bia Christian de free ba onko na de chese ibi hu na Christian
Andy,
good morning.
Good morning.
Another Saturday week, you know.
Yeah, nyame adoma na say the week na kwa kogu.
Yeah.
MC week no kra na say the maintenance so bana we. MC be share next week Saturday ni new month.
Yeah.
Nyame ayi bin kakran kakra sa ye ko. Afenu so ye twa half go. Enti your 2026 resolution na ka so be ye no so unyanya ya me remind you. Say 6 months of the year ne ko. You run the second half of the year. Enti just work towards your 2026 resolution. Na fampa bota chiri bibia dadi aba ye besom
Right. And now about Black Stars JC.
Of course.
Sports Center.
I know she we no say no. I'm for me to talk club BBC 60 cities in service massa. We know so more. Abu omo charu chiri bebre we have been yakotomo.
Oh, now hey.
We have been yakotomo.
Na say this game cry na no here mobo.
Never to.
And I brought your phone. So, Okoji, we are so send it.
Yes.
Oh, package just Nivia. Only quarter shop.
Yes.
Then Kaba, no abeto. But
demand
almost fair. Ha. Nipano open and when we are the airport. The money bus. The could DHL. Just say. You told me crown here, but when to me points, I don't know me, Macako.
Last Stars score walk up here. Omayadi. As a ready home for soccer. Omomoton Jesus no so benefiting from blaster sale of Jesus.
Say I say a can football and cause as a football
yeah, the football economy. The football economy.
Say nyame ko ya.
Yeah.
Directly, indirectly.
Upi America my money a minor hosted this tournament na. O minor boka at the hosted tournament in the but me mo for the krumo no
for your business
motor the otonsu the
hotel transportation just obia in every way jade bia wudi bia no in a way o benefit
but for the World Cup na blaster just to na koye one
what you say oh na obia beto
back but they say no sales na koye boom
we say no sports center me ho obi be fa maako 200
wow
Jesus your whole man any better 10 minutes no asaba see man 300
or a business some no form
yeah
you no be no cool eyes na
me say no ni for ba ko no qualify Jesus
500
yes
500 ne sanra meaning that do the emphasis say JC ba ko bia onya 20 cities na JC ba ko bia ho nra na multiply 20 cities by 500 the blasters na iya maye nyina
yeah
blasters ni ya imagine blasters a bobo game na blasters na ye na Kumasi Sports Stadium na yebo na Accra Sports Stadium and imagine omo twa blasters a baby a bobo na ho hia no the oton aduane the oton stand the hotels blasters bobo game hotels around Kumasi Sports Stadium nyina no kona ya ma wo
na ni nyina ya ma
but enye blasters ni wono mu a hotels ni da wasa obi enya mfa so mfiri so enti wotiko memu ase na se blasters no se mfa ho a one day bi no bo se blasters ni ko ya bedi ho mfa so and e bi na say omomoton Jesus no enra basisi so traffic kukuru so nyezi
enra de
enra me wa da bi aka tem se me fa dum enra me me fa dum me ni muza me ko fa dum kama fa asokwa ho sa me ko fa dum enra dum won mo fa post office ni mo no a uzo mo so tunton Jesus ni bi won enra me di traffic mu a aman sa Jesus no mo so shop we so aman for to you see a lot of Ghanaians buying blasters Jesus no enti me so say say one of the hottest commodities for to pa Ghana Jesus no I think say blasters am obi edi ho fa so mo di winning bonus no no mo ton Jesus no so no enso ji mo winning bonus
aside normal Jesus na you know ebi mo so afa ho a mo so I creative enough I create different kinds of
you have seen it
what I say different way ebi na shema to e na on the also dey no nkyere ba bi e me akwa kutu
Any Pacrono, your mouth, so Copeso, me,
First, you shall have them.
Send me castle here. What in Miss Ajay. But I love Chris. I love your shirt. Your shirt is very nice.
Andy on white.
Yeah, the white.
Andy on white. We
Andy the obi to go. Remember, I go to my 1842. Yes, where you having?
Just you on the tongue.
We Ghana Jesse last yeah. Share and Sunday was new one.
New one.
We media. So on our tongue. The on the tongue just in the Sintino. Let the other one to my bedroom. Yes, what to
mission is we gonna be a mass.
Me don't take
me walk out. We just to that. They had when they say listen. O she Jesse no. Obi hu wa opim na no I was just we hu so o she Jesse. Also o she Jesse a. O she Jesse na obi so obi aka oh Jesse there. Pebi ma me. Nipa no be ka so say. Ferry aha untimi nka da bi.
Tell me point na makofi no. Point na makofi. Enye izo baby
and I know Jesse. Man bi buy so to Jesse. Oto ba ku bi ya my wife on so ho when man back come my wife no je you ako we PS for mu hu yan so asa afro soro ne ba no fie se onu so be garantie ba oje anu wie ya oje no ma ode monte so ma me offer se ba ko easy
coach Carlos Queiroz any Blasters technical team ni nyina any Blaster players ni nyina no and ye nyina do mo say because performances no mo dia man no mo ko na di hu mfaso ye nyina di hu mfaso and I hope see betimi ato so see akọ yenim ye ko anim nyina no say film see ya and I say the same film we are now moving to the next stage of the competition ye film at the next stage na Jesse Tono beba form bibia beba form na I think that he betimi drive is a sales you know any obi odi Blasters won fa so nyina betimi akọ animu a it depending how far the Blasters can go and I think that you fan support Emma the Blasters they are doing so well and one make him proud
make our chair say me say Aaron abe text me say a guy can never take Jesse from our chair. He should tell us those taking the jerseys from him. Now, Aaron also Jesse also Alfred game. Well, it's all nice.
Yeah, super.
Hey, another.
Hey, not so me feel when I don't
and I'm from me.
What idea about me feel pa. So now Buadia came one. Well, Andy, I think sir, Mengesho say World Cup ya boy nyina. Like Chris was saying, oh, ya talk JC more than we.
Especially Ghana.
No. Like Ghana, I see ya talk JC more than we.
Yeah, what to pa.
Yeah.
Even 2010 krana na ye kwe nimbe. Never. We don't want to JC pa.
Because anytime I go to town, me call Madam Collins more almost a winning part 10. Emube eat eshe shirt. And I consistently demand no so because only time me meet here, my mentor ya crap personally, my top like 1,500.
Jesus.
Yes, ABR back 150 near there, my 10. Because I run am dead daddy dear ma or the command.
Oh, okay. And
I'm mommy so mommy do Australia now or baby at the end of the year. And also already I too so here and JC. What do you man or wish up a white and I say yellow. Or you also the color white. Me to white man I was our friend said if you're saying yellow no a thing. Okay. Intimate on to and say some copy yellow nibi. And other people. Your last born a rita on in Economo USA. On your last born also my mom or the alcohol too at the alcohol also I can't mention all into way the Americans say we are young guy and say senior man be or boy and the majority senior man be or you good to your boy here be on no belly out or boy. At this stage, we want to make be a master senior man and Andy was a sicker will be soon be increase. If you buy a JC and brand it nicely now the China, it speaks in volumes. And Andy, but you want to make
oh yes,
it speaks in volumes at this stage. Until most these young guys use the opportunity to do a lot. Oba, your friend is a sports center. You're gonna get it, man. But media is now pa. You just link up with me. Well, I'm also said for the map bro. And why? Hey, now was saying Andy. I think say Ghana for the even those in diaspora. Those are da Mamuda Watara Ba has said. Okaso what how many Jesus no dey ko see dey no be man discuss on to man in your macro door. So I think say the awakening no and the spirit of the nation the boys nature and ne pia eko but what I say ne pia eko
and the game no so there be the say weekend no weekend there like I mean also even normal days ne kra no be ade eche nkofo be kwa adwuma no ye bo match 11 you na like 1 you could still Panama no you could still see people jubilating in town and nipa na de eche obekwa adwuma so I'm just imagining and next Saturday virtually ebi anye asori no obekwa on shede ni baby a obekwa no what you say
so, the jubilation will be wild tonight late into the night after the game which I know I don't person can me ba hona me no show but me heard the distance from there to Fie na ebi I be also so there so say
and they say cry we are say
and wanted to be there because
and they could tiki na fru we are the jesi na tiki na fru
hey sir
Bunny Village
we be okroma o
na maka cho to be kwa dia mama plan
we be okroma house it's Andy it's a great feeling and I think say on my frame the now free more Andy enye bibia saying I'm able mining chiche bodo beto Ghana it means that will be BSL and I think the support we've given to the team is massive and also encourage the boys to want to play and they say Croatia we are but what I say now yeah what is also Portugal day almost say Portugal for no Ronaldo ide.
The last time na Ronaldo nye Ronaldo see and na yensu ni coach.
Only pa bonini. Only pa bonifo. And then ye back Ghana Portugal you had play Ronaldo on share 2 goals in one game. Yeah game yes how many goals. Yes your body any on bebo Andy Bachawati as your body any on bebo say a game. Because Colombia crawl money on Colombia nye is sao. Colombia enye is Colombia to score enye is a game ni Caribbean and Portugal so South American teams I am almost struggle kakra in recent times the World Cup no my idea so that game crown it could be Portugal already through to the next stage and we if nyame person shira na so we boxer nye omo masa na oni ombe ko agidin and I'm so a boxer and up so we greater you need to fight the very best so whatever it is we'll be ready because baby you want to mean for baby you need to meet it when we are maturity so your empire dey say na ko position mo third time but see sure na third time is I say Ronaldo ni say sure mo Ronaldo ya
Anontina nanka I'm so Croatia for no look Modric ni ava Perisic ni Anontina na ontire ba koma
so ana dey no cry asa qualify me
na do no me say na say ono World Cup nkwa na ya because AFCON na ye free na ya ye che ball shame de ni ehun na anon ni de no ya
em say I no World Cup ni here no more
World Cup okay
ti we no na ehun the next opponent say Portugal see be obesa achire Ronaldo and say Colombia so na yi
me ajagraja zo
papa maintain
papa zo
maintain papa nka papa nyanka me nyanti so aka
na ba ko na sazuka azenya sa na
me de mesre wo me simpacho minti obi age mate na maka achiro dia ka bia me de me nka wo and I'm say de me nka ye no minti ho asem Nana Kokubo Zamde, BBC, you know, my friend,
Nana ya Sapon, I say a Ghana GC near hot kick or London, Tisia Kase. And Ghana Jimbi Ubia smart pan and your DJCC Kogu Abruchra. Offer the low, I see. Near Schwarzenka or more moton Jesus Wabuchini, by this time the Andy, Koma Yisi Tam. Why you see it? Sometimes marketing is always smart now. Demand any do near Messi Kono. Among this is equal to the handy.
Well, and then a match day said Macaron. Nana Safo before Powerhouse. Andy, I have read my JC in Dortmund. Okay, yeah. Say Washa dear. Naro Frank, I say you guys are doing a very good job. Thank you very much. Abubakar. Lewandowski minim se nan so besa kofilia me say Boston okoy minim se no besa kofilia akofolo team na Mensa say good morning your show is live at Achim Brenase from Akosi Mensa and also HA show no na Pedro Madina Cruz say Ghana 1 Croatia 0 good morning Casilas also here from Indianapolis Kumasi Tano Sokesben Junction eho ena ohwe eyesho no oheneba Kwame Apia ese Ghana 2 Croatia 1 ono ne dia ono so dia ba no Enoch Aferinyako ese ewo Colorado USA ena ono so monitor show na no peya ono so ehese de nema enso esi eko I think I have some of the predictions here Maminkai Kakrabina Finian Quenim, na Yemfadia Kano, and to us. Edu Ima, Croatia Ghana, goalless. Ononedia Onos Ediabano. Roberto Ayala makes us say good morning, Andy. Dubai is pure greetings to all Heaven Gate members. Today Ghana will beat Croatia 2-0. Ononedia Onoso Ediabano. Oyibo Boatin say I can't wait to see Carlos Queiroz and his Warriors putting Croatia to their proper position. Go Black Stars. Go. I know Oyibo Boatin the Odiaba. Ko Kerosene. As you watching you live from Akuko Among, the Black Stars of Ghana 1, Croatia 0. Hi to my wife Dora. Also dia wade ababe chemu enonti messages nibia and also about Freeman. I will take or say good morning pure. We are back to serve God and country. I trust all the crew and anchor of the program are doing great. Of course, Namkopo Adom Yina Yehoye papa. Na minim just in say authority say. Mami we see message. Ivan entry.
The 150 euros or France.
And
150 euros say 150 euros now utwam ko be 1,500. 1,500.
Labi ababru.
150 euros ababo.
Let's say around 2,000.
Close to 2,000 Ghana cedis. Messages in your variety. Was the original one pa the any boarding pa.
No, most no better.
Nti ebi anandi the any bi no kotoye. But so be before we
1,009.
So be before we be na the amount of 150 euros dia pakro kun.
Bacho Ivan Enchi Abuajo say I know someone is selling Ghana jersey in London for £30. Billy Edward say the jersey is expensive over here, £50. Okay, Abubakar say Oko Philly. Ofori Jonas or say today Ghana is going to win. Israel bin Osandi, I will be going to Philly today. Okay. Kumi Boating say good morning. Your show is live at Moro Market from Akwesi. And Bra Prince Legacy also here from Ayed Dansuman. Now Abubakar say New Jersey, USA is pure. I'm preparing to go to Philadelphia to watch the Black Stars. Abudu Yaro say watching you live from Germany. And also Ediaba. And Benjamin Enchi say good morning, Pure Sports from Achimman. So and our show no. Ibrahim Ese Ewolumi 7,000 sifa and autonomy Abubakar say USA 70 and $80 and ebi mo so A2B say ubia ne boa ono so hia ubitwa so e dia ba and if say your ba mo no nsem no taw na ye ba inya time for Black Stars match no ye behwe say
but before so we call Black Star game na nkomo na ye to aso na ni di be say either say yem wini ana say yem try say by avoid Portugal no Mamincha Don Diago maso ni nchi Don Diago pay jeki Andy de so nim Don Diago eno Don Diago send me voice note eno twe imagine call 2006 World Cup no so maso 2006 World Cup no baby e fire no ena magana ntime nkoye nim 2006 World Cup Ghana lose in first game to Italy and they win 2 games. You say check and they say USA enya 6 points. By Italy enya 7 points. And a top A group no. And a Ghana torso mienu. By finishing second na call round 16 no. Oni bitime ko ball no and e ko ball Brazil no. Senanka Ghana betimi avoid Brazil a. E bia nka sa tournament nke ko yanim. Now when Italy top the group, ye ko share Brazil no. And cry in the most unlikely event. Say Ghana share Brazil sa round 16 na. Not the next team ye ko share no. Na France. Just and you route no. About Brazil we. About Brazil we no. E bia nyagopon ye yadom. And ye share Brazil the next team ye ko share no. Na France. But Italy top in the group. Andy, only team Italy in the boy. Round 16, Italy by Australia. Saying Asia Australia. 2006 World Cup now, and Australia. The reason why we did not play the quarterfinals of this year's World Cup was because we played Brazil at round 16. Italy no top ye group no. Eko ball or my friend Australia. Andy, only quarter final country Italy ball no. Italy ebo Ukraine at the quarter final. Baby Italy Asia team na no. Our semi-finals and we share Germany at the semi-final before so be share Germany no about Australia about Ukraine. Andy, just imagine Ghana and the far Italy route na onye so say game about semi-final sa 2006 squad no and the share Australia round 16 yabo Australia we no and the next team na ka akwa eba be share no Ukraine. Onye sure that 2006 World Cup squad no kebeti abo semi-finals of the World Cup. The reason why we did not play that semi-final no was because round 16 no ye route no dey kushia Brazil. So oyo mind to say Ghana na obetimi I go far in a tournament at the initial stages no obetimi a certain countries no must be avoided. So obetimi a avoid certain countries. The 2006 year no a typical example. Maso 2010 year no. Group stages na 4 points pe wu. Ye share Serbia wie no. And then Australia bobo 1-1. And then last game no Germany share ye. Germany share wie no. By finishing second in our group no, ye ko share USA round 16. Just imagine Ghana senke wie no. And ye ko share Argentina, ye ko share France bia. E bia nkentimi akobo quarter finals of the World Cup. But round 16, Ghana share USA. One of the reasons why we have played at the quarterfinals of the World Cup was because of the route. Any country share no. Ye USA we no. Any babo Uruguay na Andy South Suarez incidents no. Ti may be a fire no boy. So in as much as World Cup ndie obiaba obetimi abo obia no as much as possible. So obetimi a certain countries must be avoided at the initial stages of the tournament. Obetimi avoid them. Obia bio Argentina and Brazil no obia no so obetimi ka Croatia ka say da bi sa game ye sha ye ko share we ye wini a and Lucia ye betimi avoid we. All those countries Croatians and they try to avoid themselves at the initial stages of the knockout stages So minim we Ghana ni Andy say permutation to say yes sir ye di second ye di second
it depend England
it depend on England resource
England be Panama what in the extreme case you find England na Panama England she Panama ye di second ye ko shia hwan
baby say Portugal so ne Colombia de no so say opponent ye omienu baako
nti Portugal emfa ne say omo draw na Colombia na ye ka say Colombia na top group no Colombia was 6 and Portugal 4 8 no ye ka say there and ye share Portugal na
so yeah the second nti we share
Colombia ntenken kono sana ana Portugal nche na Portugal enkoda first ninko share Portugal between Colombia and Portugal why na pay and one is avoid no Andy
Houston
Portugal midfield no they will have a way around our back a low block no yamabo low block you need Portugal here yamabo low block but because of the technical midfield there's no more no they may have a way around Salo block na ebobo. Colombia there African football now and they didn't Takashi and they bet in Colombia bo. Between Portugal and Colombia, if you're asking me and choose Bakwa, Ghana should avoid Portugal and choose Colombia instead. But the difficulty level no, they more. Portugal be much more difficult than my friend Colombia.
Yeah, said the name ABC turning out young group no, especially in the final matches. We are Ghana.
Pledging Ghana. Today is the D-Day. We should play for everybody. If you are a Muslim, if you are a Buddhist man, Buddhist. If you are Christian, Chris. If you are at Bobo, and make everything for Ghana. Thank you for the word so sweet.
Right, we saw Fonchi, young farmer and some Emra High, Pure 95.7 FM now. Yanko, a FIFA World Cup and group I matches net me so. Mamin fan together some Nadia Norway, Elusu 4-1, Edema France, Ousmane Dembele, about 3 goals and Ra, Edema the French national team, Brantier France at Douay, and Sunyaba, come and sweat me that come on some law. Yet Emamu Edward Medina, Senegal to Iraq, Eshomo Ekana in Iraq, one ends me until Brantier France at Diarra in your first goal. Ismail Sa about second goal. Player France Papa Guy for Benjamin 2 goals. And element in DI and Subashe Gonra. And I said, I want some answers yet. So check our group now. France 1 top at your table on 9 points. Norway and 6 points. Senegal and 3 points. And Yama Ekoye, Edema Senegal, almost a national team qualification. And so it's me about Edema Senegal. And Ediot Awachi games across on my main fan to yourself Nadia Cabo Verde and Saudi Arabia able goalless draw. Wabra Uruguay, Elusu 1-0, Edema Spain, Abrantia France Alex Baina, and shared the only goal, Edema the Spanish national team. The attempt and it's a results near Rano, Spain, at top group on 7 points, Capo Verde, at also 3 points, Uruguay, at also 2 points. So Kevera qualify, Uruguay and Timan qualify, Saudi Arabia and Sunya 2 points, Wamu and Sofimo, and Ediate, our match about 3 a.m. and Egypt and Iran game and so also. The champion is Egypt Ashebako, Iran and so Ashebako. Yabo a first 40 minutes now a 2 goals no and so Yaba and Edia course Wabra. The other game of course no New Zealand, Elusu a 5-1, Edema Belgium, Leandro Trossard, Ebo 2 goals, Kevin De Bruyne, Enya 1 goal, Lukaku, Ebeshe goal, and Alexis Salamakers and Subeshe goal. Omu group no Belgium at 5 points at top here. Egypt at 5 points at also Iran Enya 3 points and New Zealand and so Enya 1 point and I said home commodity yet Emamum and so what you made in Tano World Cup games across and it is answer no yet Emamum and a group L and a group K matches and so now a group L Croatia, Ghana, 9 p.m. The same time, Panama, England, and Slovenia, and at 11:30, Colombia, Portugal, and a DR Congo, Uzbekistan, Woman and Slovenia, the ones about 2 a.m. Algeria and Austria, Jordan, and Argentina, and Slovenia, and on a run of 32 games now, and you don't have Emma pay, and so on Monday, you will a run of 32 Brazil, Japan, 5 p.m., and Germany, Paraguay, 8:30 p.m. on Monday, and I said a home commodity, you don't have Emma and so what you made in so and now, Maminican Emma, I have fishes of a run of 32 family, now so far fishes are settled, Name Comedican. Abu Ebi Monday matches no medium so far I have fishes I have set no you was South Africa and Canada you was Netherlands and Morocco Brazil and Japan USA and Bosnia and La Cote d'Ivoire and Norway Germany and Paraguay Argentina and Capo Verde France and Sweden Australia and Egypt so far where I have fishes are and so confirmed I have fishes and I said a home community yet Emma and so show no sooner Mamin Fawe and two of them that African countries are a core World Cup no na ye 10 Maxwell Eckers or Henry will say your best 5 or more and so bet me qualify or run of 32 no Mami a 32 air countries and that's teams are one qualify a so far I will run of 32 teams officially confirms almost secure qualification na yeninko only say 10 African countries no 7 and so qualify South Africa qualify Morocco qualify La Cote d'Ivoire qualify Capo Verde qualify Senegal and our results no qualify Egypt and so qualify and Ghana and so a qualification and a walk up in the Muslim and yet and so what you made in the pay so far so per countries are among a teams no qualify no their own cons and some their own lose match Mami Fawe and together teams are about 3 matches are unbeaten Ghana and lose game lemum yamo 3 matches England and lose match almost 3 matches and Portugal when lemum the tennis about 3 matches every wabra omo lose game no. Mexico ne 3 matches one lose game. Switzerland 3 matches one lose game. Brazil 3 matches one lose game. Morocco and so about 3 matches one lose game. Netherlands about 3 matches one lose game. Japan, Spain, France and Cape Verde. Cape Verde about 3 matches one and lose a game. Eno ayariatia sansam no yedini nyina emamo enso wodwode nsene mama Egypt tuni nkomo because history enso atimiasi mama fa we ento yourself for the first time the Egyptian national team enso qualify knockout stage World Cup since Egypt started omo football NC the omanya great players including Mohamed Abu Treka no nyina womo qualify from their group womo entimi ankon knockout phase World Cup. Mohamed Salah any boys akano and so qualify the Egyptian national team come at the next stage of the competition. Congratulations and so come and favorable and said who semitia yet emamu and anope na ye kasem na mana ye from Egypt and so qualify no mami fawe and to yes Cape Verde and so anya the qualification and ram udu se Cape Verde we game no na omo twen Spain and Uruguay results and so cause so e kwa wie ya ye hu sem na dia Spain and so Uruguay 1-0. I'm a referee upon Mamem Cape Verde players no ever park and so the blue saxophone and the day one celebrating with a coach one make shows on celebrating the camera and so to make my pictures DVD I am not a goalkeeper for senior and the man not just almost I make debut ever FIFA World Cup. No more sound so qualified the guy and as medical to see Egypt minor or about World Cup no team qualifier from their group. Cape Verde on the first year World Cup were qualified from the group well lose a match only since 1998 and we been Chile just our World Cup obo group games 3 matches no obo draw nyensa etimi the qualifier since 1998 Chile for year been afei any country one enso about 3 matches just 1 winning game or draw nina or they qualify and Cape Verde minor and they draw some edemamu dwumede sene mami goalkeeper France Vazinha one and captain edema Cape Verde omo national team no na Vazinha in the history no okaho mami fa we enter as a Vazinha aba be the third goalkeeper just one recording multiple FIFA World Cup clean sheet emra now when you 40 years sir goalkeeper what the 40 years and above now our World Cup matches clean sheet when you're more than one what is a multiple Vazinha abe the third goalkeeper do you know opinion now your friends Peter Shilton or call 3 now when you're 43 clean sheet sounds like Italian goalkeeper your friends Dinozov and so when you're 40 years or call 2 matches not just also keep clean sheet Vazinha and so 40 years one and so keep clean sheet and said their own here mama Senegal our national team no na yen come medical coaches Senegal because of results about run and so qualify so open na top best place 3 teams no so top 8 na Senegal and so at me for Senegal for the mama fa we enter as na their teams wamu best play 3 teams no say see me no kasa Sweden 4 points Ecuador 4 points Bosnia 4 points Paraguay 4 points Senegal 3 points Iran 3 points Croatia 3 points South Korea 3 points I'm on the top 8 as see I can say wamu qualify mami fan to get some idea Algeria for wamu 3 points nemum wamu last game goal difference no -2 over South Korea -1 Scotland abo 3 matches now we team qualify 3 points name goal difference no -3 so Senegal goal difference +2 na just na there 3 points no and it's our goal difference no Senegal and so to qualify and tie ma me fa we and to get Senegal abo the first ever African team was 5 goals a single FIFA World Cup match African teams are aqua World Cup and Obi had one man game back. Onya aye 5 goals only Senegal wamu and akoya share no mo share 5 and aditia aye Iraq for no enum de tafe mami player your friend is element in Diaye wanu aye player na dem Senegal aye team no mami fa we enter your branch no aye the first ever player ever FIFA World Cup aye history our free bench about game mu a obenya goal osanso nya assist just there are 5 touches and opposition box and will make 5 air dribbles element in DIE and see that no air player and a walk up or free bench abaya 1 obeshe goal or sound super create assist nothing onya 5 touches and opposition box no sound super make 5 air dribbles air days boy Senegal player no Everton for player no one ko and a team bi and air said the hunsem titia yet mom and so would you no sene and air said the hunsem and so siate mame fa wem ento anu say ya consent from a Abrantia friends Fernando Ayamoselera Faname one or Uruguay for goalkeeper na sabi ono so record for and wakwakoye ever walk up Uruguay for Obafrimo one entry and qualify and on the stage and Tivava the boys na goalkeeper Fernando Moselera Max Otier or the first goalkeeper one make 3 errors nina LED into goal at the opposing team ever a FIFA World Cup since 1966 ayenim guasia record pa say aye 3 matches on boy nyina no opanyino enso meki aye errors just an errors no enso LED to go sabo watching wajemo oye mistake no emani team no enso concede goal since aye 1966 yenya goalkeeper bi asabi sa record tantano one so baby aye Fernando Moselera and abaye sa record no enom aye said ya hunsem enso asiete na mami Uruguay coach aye friends Marcelo Bielsa na yeni nkomo enra wonu say enra before omo game no report abaye sem na the Uruguay players ni bi omanenye abranche friends Fedi Vava de no ka ho mami the other picture no yes sem na to omo ka chile coach no say omo training matters any kwanya no panyine ye ne ba no emfa emwa aye players no emaniema enkonkan emfama players omo kan ya yeso panyine no wentie say ono any coach way aye owura friends ngada aye Marcelo Bielsa eno emra akotena press conference national nya chese wa confused opanyine se emfa ntu dia sa no krewom ene sem de se niam anko ene mo nu se Marcelo Bielsa wabo 10 World Cup aye matches wa winning only 3 10 World Cup matches as a coach wa winning just aye 3 or winning in 2002 the Argentina or to Arsenal Argentina coach ewo group no winning game or sounds Ekofa aye Chile ewo 2010 run of 16 or winning aye game and a 2026 and some Ofrimo Argentina 2002 Ofrimo ewo group stage after Chile a run of 16 2010 and also Ofrimo ewo run of 16 and a 2026 was from ewo group stage with aye Uruguay and aye Marcelo Bielsa na Abrantian na so opanyino and omukobusa no sem opanyin say juma wadie adiama aya oman we no asaniama ankoye eno se eye no kre ade ha no ede se wentimi enya bibia amfama eye Uruguay eye national team no wentimi improve eye players amfama Uruguay omo national team no wanya de onu ankasa jetum se adwuma na obey World Cup no enya de so ya de enom area eno mo kobusa ne se Federico Valverde okoyi free game ni mo na reason and say because yet some air boy no can air players are what we decide here about in Chemeka Church say training method that's training method no more touches now open more and opinion idea to yourself or you Fedi Valverde Efremo because na air presence our attack na Valverde instinct our box mo go was opinion response or the by idea as and shada and toss so we should go na o Valverde agina aye team nimo a o uniform say open presence our attack because Valverde ni a player even otimi gina chi enso asoma ball ma ne kwahye ento a player obetimi aye surgeon enso dem still coach no a uniform I second advantage and o uniform dem no response on so de ba no and e ma mum e wo juma de no so mayenko aye France aye team nimo na me aye France aye players no ma me fa we ento yasa France a win aye group stage aye matches wa win ni nyina. Now, my friend took us away the first time since 1998. France and so I win 3 group games. Saya no omo to aso sounds agi FIFA World Cup 98 omo ye host and win enra omo sounds win omo 3 matches nyina and they say omo to aso akwaje na ye twen said the name enso besi akọ mame san fan to the France sounds as 3+ goals ewo omo matches na omo ye nyina unim say the last 4 World Cup matches are France for abono ni nyina 3+ goals omo she obakai before a World Cup with the last World Cup game no na a final between Argentina and France. France shared 3 goals in the final. Almost about World Cup with group matches no. Nina almost sounds shared 3 goals. Diamond and it's away the longest run by a team since Spain. Between 1998 and 2002. I'm winning 4 matches. And also Nadia 4 matches and almost share 3+ goals. And dear na mame fanto and mame Ousmane Dembele and Dembele ebo hat-trick at the French national team so far 182 goals and a PM World Cup no Diamante and it's Dembele hat-trick no the fastest and as some just Nidia the first just all 11 players no involved when you move no mama passing sequence no become passing sequence no remember Dembele so say 182 goals or what no sa the hat-trick now boy no Odun Sam na France 11 players no obi anan ka ball players no from the goalkeeper Mike Menyan and so adeba no obi enya touch and sa na ball no kwakwato net eno Dembele asa eno Dembele na just on fire and no 20 na Dembele just 32 minutes and a ball hat-trick no also way the second earliest player on also FIFA World Cup hat-trick na opinion we be no 1954 owura your friend sem enrich pros and oye be dem Austria and Czechoslovakia 24 minutes and the ball hat-trick Dembele 32 minutes and a ball hat-trick Dembele say I no cry oba hat-trick special nani age and we are proud name on kasa personally nani age the performance against Senegal and Ireland no also Professor Nka against Senegal and Ireland nenka the performance no enso betia kwaso name we are happy and we are proud so etinya bo hat-trick enra ediatia Norway na onu say hat-trick na we share no France eba World Cup Dembele ababe the 4th player was a hat-trick ediama France World Cup over France just Fontaine twice and now Bako in 1958 about hat-trick editiam Netherlands and was sababo 4 goals editia Germany in 1958 and Mbappe in 2022 and so a hat-trick final and Dembele in 2026 and so a hat-trick Mike Menyan the first France goalkeeper was saving World Cup penalty since Ora your friend says Joao Bats in 1986 and a Joao Bats goalkeeper Edema France or penalty Mike Menyan no way for your penalty Emma Menyan and so save penalty no Oko Belgium a branch of friends Lukaku so some almost 5 Lukaku be say goal Mame found to get Maxwell striker Lukaku so say Belgium wa breaking record the Tennessee player no share 6 World Cup go Serema Belgium no opinion friends and Mark Walmart ono and na share 6 goals Meno ka say Lukaku and so drew 6 the next goal no not just since our Belgium national team ne buy no one any player was share more goals our World Cup and so them national team no and Lukaku a branch friends table Courtois and so goalkeeper Mame Fantu some ono so Belgian wa break record Courtois Sesi amino ka say ono abeye player and as a goalkeeper FIFA World Cup matches no wabo dodo Belgium history 18 World Cup games and a Courtois and so etimi ada no Belgian and drew Courtois ne height no eno Kevin De Bruyne and so shego enra mame fawe and to get De Bruyne and so be the first Belgian player ever one ensure future and that's what should go. There were 3 different World Cup tournaments in 2014 we should go, 2018 we should go, and 2026 and also Kevin De Bruyne we should go. No Belgian and also it's side to be Leandro Trossard and so the first Belgian player was 2+ goals. World Cup no since Lukaku Lukaku share 2+ goals at the Tunisia in 2018. We are no a player from Belgium and on it yes and not Trossard and so share 2 goals. And I had na mamen fa we ntu say Uruguay any Spain game across on no me report to say we the fate game am say match no almost starts no the fate game e will walk up him a chasem e first half yenya just 1 shot on target na sa shot no pe enso na ye goal only 1 shot on target e the first 45 plus additional minute no 1 shot on target and so say goal. France Iraq ABC Scotland Morocco ABC Czech and South Africa ABC Argentina and Algeria ABC and Uruguay and Spain and also be and Sweaty Luis La Fuente and coach at the Spanish national team also and match on the net off and Uruguay also and even not Spain yet in some passes and also no match no win to me more 3 passes and twaso because of a pressure from Uruguay a team no coach and no credit almost of fire or say almost struggle with defense because Uruguay for no na almost pressure and I de La Fuente bad news everybody must Spain and it's and gave me 2 players omowakoka Nico Williams Nenya report say Nico Williams akwakopra yes name their doctors no abekwakotwa ayene scan no one the extent of the injury Jeremy Ayepino Diano Nenya report say Ayepino almost send the ha adwene almost doctors news say one way a branch and walk up no everybody we injury no nya run one way walk up no one enso entimi to aso bio eno area tiem na onsa na nakwakubo nsamba ka say wa chechire hurricane Ghana and England bo we no na nakwakubo nsam ka so or sane curse no or just or sane hurricane because ono anka so feel hurricane na okọ Peru Panama and England nebo Peru enso akofa wig doctors mienu mashoti Peru wig doctors ne say kwakubo nsam say se or sane hurricane ama na be shego de tia Panama omonso ntiase omonso chechire hurricane na mama video no ene Peru fo minim bone a Panama for de ayo omonso da bi se no Croatia na kwakubo nsam chechire hurricane ama na ntimi anshego na ba mu na fei chasana na kwakubo nsam sa or sounds sane hurricane na so be shego ene tia Panama de omonso tia se de omaye omakofa hurricane image ena almost say omo just almost sane no what I say almost sane hurricane ama hurricane atimi ashe goes tia Panama na say Panama mo enso afiri mo eno report eba yet mamo wujuma no so Argentina coach Scaloni a confirm the amaye coach ne say against Jordan Messi eba bench asim Messi ebenya minute ewo second half no yes Messi enso person starting match no name coach ne say Messi ever started from the second half no obema Messi minute eno de minute na recently Ghana for na pe America akọ nyeni paketwa udu sakata World Cup no mobile no yes supporters omo de omo America omo trip no kata ban no fund trip no omo tua bibia around 2,000 people Ninyina omutua omu trip no flight omutua accommodation match ticket so omu support kata minya reports even jerseys flags glasses watches any scouts ahodo a umu say chese kata phone omu de ba no ninyina aban no ne bo hoka aban no ene tua ninyina so omumra no support am so omu te omu club obi anya na jesu otu kwan aba America inti aban no ne pacho ana hapa kofo pe kwan ago still no mu enya enu ayade tie unu sam Mexico reporter menya ni say due to Mexico performance World Cup no omu jersey yasi so far Adidas national teams omu kete omu nyina no team a omu ton jersey pa Mexico almost omu ton 5 million Mexican jerseys Adidas also omu bi da 5 million jerseys Mexico omu jerseys no and Adidas for almost so much because of almost performance no say England about Panama Reece James say almost World Cup no here na we hear Reece James diamante and he said James and now almost say against Ghana Reece James ekonya hamstring nemum sa no ma changes no enso awie no ma 5 na wie eno ma resumes edi gina mu bobo no wie amoso omko wie omko twa scan no akwa no ade no mu no se bia nhyada nye injury bia nemum almost ehu edi chance de na yesi hono no eno James ntia bia ne World Cup no ebetua ba na wie eno de meti mame fa ento ya se Goncalo Ramos to AC Milan no enya aye dandio me be kan san semene de kire o minya reports ebeya record aye signing Unsa Milan player moto na board the Rafael Leao around 50 million euros. Say yes Goncalo Ramos there no ebetwa aye Rafael Leao enom de meti aye Robin van Persie neba aye Francis Shaquille aye van Persie minya reports akrana decided say webo de ma Morocco national team dan so webo de ma Netherlands yes ade omo tracy a ninchi kakra efri Morocco akrana decision and say ono neba pa eboye Edema aye Netherlands nemo oni akra no epeso obo edema aye Morocco omo national team no Van Persie enso so waja akra no pede amano ba bi opeso obo bia no waja ede amano so ono ankasa enchu so ba bia ope komu aka cha Real Madrid team ni say abranche na friends ni ko pass no say omo benya ato player me catch us Madrid for no eka asem na dia say komu for no entry nta omo class omo player no komu eso mbeto nemo me nya report say still Madrid ebe in control omo ebe maintaining buyback air clause ewo contract nemo eno de meti abranche France Antonin Kinski goalkeeper edema Tottenham Hotspur me nya report say coach France Roberto Di Serbi abomama a new contract 5 years and I was signing ninya say Vicario ebenya efim Tottenham Hotspur 8 way abranche France Kinski wano and ebe replace no Chelsea Marco Palestra wa completing the medicals no me catch us no organi chima wa London 6 years plus option of 1 year eno abranche France Marco Palestri Chelsea for enso de naba Mesut Ozil ninya reports omo Costande say yento omo swaba as FA president ewo Turkey yes Mesut Ozil enso contest for sa position no ewo Turkey eno report and so etuja and some de those by them elsem ye na afia be for so ba because na ye be hwe Ghana match ni be ro mu ye pa Christian
ya ndi
ye hwa amana ni kakra na ye be tie Ghana din
na minim maso se ko ese ene Hurricane ebo fogusa na kwa kubu nsama sa agini di mo
ese wasane no
osane no ene Hurricane akobo 3 gusi ne ene kwa Harry shaba akokra na e waka so na sane no nana di work up ya agini di
ofonu so di ba
na ba so cheze onyini ana asebe na ba so ka cheze nana ya adwuma so ngofo na jedi nana ya adwuma
bebo ngofo be
abo from England for no so we most of the tablet in abo commentators
look here mebo Portuguese never first.
Yeah.
The Dutch also came through.
Yeah.
The Swedish cross over Krano Mokoi. Then later the English never take you over. Mebo. So many better now be close to 400 years.
Yes.
It's yen your my yen as no money. No money. And you'll be no better now 400 years and sana wa independence and bajo uti. Oh no konto kwa ye we na wo bono no so bu bi ni ade ana nto kwa nti Chris said enyo man na ye wa no money man no money. Into omo ti baby omo so dey different.
Again popularity supporters no so no. O se Ghana supporters no so ayade pa o. Ye bok games ni nyina wi a o hwe say a supporters of the tournament. And I'm sure that Ghana supporters no mko World Cup no. And so you Uruguay for any other countries no, Norway, Argentina for any or other countries no supporters no, and the so you but and the individual supporter one name much more popular now. Ghana powder man any DR supporter no. You say Ghana powder man so agidi pa
o spray juju.
Yes,
it was stadium.
Ghana supporter no so enso agini din pa o de compare DRC supporter na ono so di World Cup enso agini din you know
na Norway for akwa na ono so de sa Viking buy guy no ono so agini din pa
enti no World Cup obi anam obi ade gini din enti enkoye nim Andy yansha assistance now countries na omo edited mo ede sa third best place teams no qualify no se trend bit me project ni ahwe ni achirechire mu a countries no assistance now FIFA diaba se yenyambo ebinom abo 3 ni nyina wi ba ebinom abo 2 ebi abo 2 no ewo opportunity se obetimi abo awrem maso yenyina ehwa de we dey screen so you screen so a on say Sweden enya 4 points Sweden 4 points na wanya no wabɔ ne 3 matches na wi eti no nya dia Sweden betimi nya match bi abo points ni bi at the kind of order that no ho it is Sweden can only finish at 4 points but the entire Sweden for no Andy omoda first is that Sweden has 7 goals conceded 7 and over 4 points the goal difference near 0 now the next team are also 4 points no Ecuador wa qualify no problem bibia ntimi nsi ema Ecuador ntimi qualify almost qualify 4 points Bosnia enso qualify 4 points Paraguay qualify 3 points Senegal qualify on say the so manu nyina no just qualify the international Senegal qualify the reason why Senegal has qualified is that Enra Senegal has more goals. It is Senegal 3 points, Andy. But Senegal 3 points no one. Andy or plus 3 goals. The other teams now can more 3 points. No. The entire for qualification ends or more the Omano is at Andy, you bet me you want film. Omwa ends or mano. Even though said by this time no or more air qualification zone no. But teams be bet me about you want film. Andy, teams be bet me about Iran a film. Say Iran was 3. Chadie. Iran 3 no one. Ni go so one way 0. But Algeria 3 points. Algeria nyamuremu. Yeah. But Algeria bone. So Algeria enya 1 pointer. Algeria 4. Yeah. Algeria urem. What I say? Yeah. Croatia also 3 points. Omudada. But omo outside a top 8 no. Anyway DRC. DRC 1 point. DRC ebo Uzbekistan. Say DRC etimi within the game na. DRC eba 4. Eti seriety no. 8 teams now as it stands now oma qualify no. Mienu na betimi afrim. Mienu na afrim no. Mienu be na betimi awuram. Mienu na betimi awuram no. Andy unse Scotland about the 3 matches in every. John they want to be points bi anka ho. Uruguay film. Timienu ebetimi awuram no and the Algeria any DRC say DRC enya win na Algeria enya 1 pointer DRC any Algeria ball the top 8 no and so mo ba awuram a why no mu yi o ma film as it stands now no Iran Croatia any South Korea na film Senegal safe Senegal qualify the Senegal omudu so mo first 2 matches ni wie no now so be him say Senegal for film. But also yesterday tournament we catch say e bedu stage bi no na the determining factor no akoye goals. Na the ma obi qualify ma obi film no akoye goals. The reason why Senegal qualify but South Korea may not qualify. And say omu now was 3 points there. But South Korea goal difference -1. Yeah. Senegal goal difference +2. Senegal goal difference o nya ni nyina no enra game no share 5 no. Who you to nchen? Are you not proud as an African? Masoka say 10 teams in the World Cup no. Ebeyanka be 5 big qualifier. Na Kenya 50% air qualification rate. Bandi, one share you benya more than 5. Yeah. One shot, you been more than 5 already. Sir, we are qualified at that. Ivory Coast are qualified at that. Ivory Coast, any Germany, Obianya 6.6 points. And I'm so Ivory Coast are qualified. The amount Ivory Coast crowd, you know, and this one is that only Germany in the same group, no. Ivory Coast, any Germany, and at the same number of points, and 6.6 points. So Ivory Coast score. Andy, Egypt also qualify. Egypt air qualify no. Then I'm disappointed is that Nesenka Enra Egypt is Iran. Say Egypt is Iran na quite a top group no. But Egypt any Belgium obi anya 5 points o say Belgium so winning ra and na Belgium winning here no Belgium call 5 points and na Egypt echo draw against Iran Emma Egypt echo 5 points per so Egypt are qualified there but or qualify second behind Belgium when they had the opportunity say obetina topic group no senra eneka Egypt and Iran there na senka Egypt mi show mu o say na enka Belgium be finish second behind Egypt and Egypt come board draw Enra Belgium any goal difference and so a topic group no but the most important thing is that Egypt from Africa and so qualify to the next stage. Now Cape at the 3 points are qualified. The entire Cape now qualify automatically is that and it will be second. It's Cape no and yet they are already third. Now you have third best place teams no. Yakoyi ba ko film Cape about draw me and but Cape about draw me and no. Diabwa Cape they say Enra o say Uruguay sulusi
yeah
to Spain
1-0.
It's real group now Spain are 7. And a Cape at 3 points, draw me and Sano at 3 points, finish second, Cape and Phobia automatically Cape are qualified.
Dr. Edin Krasman can just say Cote d'Ivoire and can Ivory Coast.
And Cape are qualified. So you can okay, Cote d'Ivoire qualified, but we share a FIFA website or more. Can Ivory Coast. Okay, Cote d'Ivoire qualified, and Egypt is qualified, and Cape are qualified. So 3 teams are qualified as it stands now. Andy, since we guys are qualified, the Abeka we 4. And they a group J. Argentina was 6, Austria was 3, Algeria 3, Algeria 3 no. The goal difference name -2. Ghana so qualified. Some Ghana dey so. Some can group by group. Andy, the here ni say. Baby ejinai Algeria enya mumremu. The reason is that Algeria goal difference -2. And they Algeria able if they are able to get a draw against Austria. Algeria got 4 points. With 4 points, Algeria so qualify. But Algeria lose game now. Algeria will not qualify. Say omesa etime project. Am etime sa group no bi mu a. Sa 8 best place teams no. And for Algeria that hinfa. Or 3 points there. But the goal difference is -2.
Yeah.
So one it means if I so or lose game now, the goal difference is minus more.
Yeah.
For instance, Olusu be a 2 goal margin. Algeria go a goal difference Ebeko be -4.
Yeah.
-4 with 3 points Algeria may not, they will not qualify. Even though say when you have 3 points there. For Algeria to ensure qualification against Austria and the Algeria for encore, not even for a win. Algeria encore pay just 1 point to pay. So Algeria enya sa 1 point now. Algeria so qualify from Africa. Nandi, here can Algeria there no. Say DRC 1 point pay. DRC 1 point. 1 point na DRC nya no. Onyatia Portugal. But DRC are very fortunate. Set the games are day no about we. So about Colombia and about Portugal. And they DRC about Uzbekistan. DRC 1 point to pay. But we should DRC for team no. Any quality credit DRC now. If they are able to beat, in fact, they must beat Uzbekistan. So much Uzbekistan, DRC so 4 points. DRC so qualify. So Africa has 10 teams in the coin. As it stands now, they were free more and the Tunisia. 9 teams can qualify from Africa. I say Ghana qualify, Algeria betimia qualify, Cape qualify. 2 other teams are omunyan qualify no. Enya a resource now and all of them are qualifying. And I think that for the first time in so many years, Africa, any teams are called World Cup. Majority of the teams, qualify to the next stage of the competition. Now, when acquire World Cup, you have so many hat tricks. So far, I how many hat tricks? And I said Dembele body there. Dembele abo hat trick. Dembele abo the hat trick no. Na Jonathan Davids abo hat trick for Canada. And a Messi and so book hat trick. and Argentina against Algeria. So far in the World Cup, no, you bought 3 hat-tricks. Now, the most hat-trick in a single World Cup since 1984 and 1982. No, since 1986. 1986 World Cup, Andy. And I have 4 different players on board a hat-trick. 4 players and a ball hat-trick in the 1986 World Cup. And you just saw that 86 was a record, no. You bet me between this year's World Cup. 1986, no. A brand to be a friend, no. Probin Larsen. Ote Larsen pa and for Denmark. About hat-trick for Denmark against Uruguay. The first player about hat-trick in 1986 World Cup, no. Na esa player, no. Onubowi, no. And a Gary Lineker for the English national team. And so about hat-trick against Poland, another player in the same World Cup, about hat-trick. A branch of friend Igor Belanov, FUSSR, and so about hat-trick, Edema USSR against Belgium in 1986 World Cup. And Emiliano Butrugano for Spain against Denmark. So 86 World Cup, no, you now 4 players about hat-trick in 1986 World Cup. By a mere group stages, no. This World Cup, I produce 3 different hat-tricks. From all indications, you know, the entire Argentina for coach, you don't know. My Messi in front of us way. Messi will resting for what? You can say Argentina made World Cup. Yeah, but some Messi leave a footprint near me World Cup. No, now Messi Abia one night I top scorer of the World Cup. But he has say there's only one player, Andy. What about hat-tricks in 2 different World Cups? Player back and 2 different World Cups. What about a hat-trick? Sa player no, Gabriel Batistuta. 1994 for Argentina, about hat-trick. And a 1998 FIFA World Cup no, about hat-trick. Now, there are 2 players in this World Cup no, they can also do it. Say Ronaldo hat-trick like that. Ronaldo hat-trick in the 2018 FIFA World Cup against Spain. Obviously Spain 3-3. Sa 3 goals na Portugal say ni nyina no, and Ronaldo ne say hat-trick. Say Ronaldo another hat-trick biana, he becomes the second player in the history of the World Cup about hat-trick in 2 different World Cups. There's another player or hat-trick like that. And the same Mbappe.
Yeah.
Mbappe in last year's final, so about hat-trick against Argentina.
Yeah.
So Mbappe so ekonya another hat-trick biana. Then Mbappe so be equally sa record na ekura only Gabriel Batistuta as the only player about 2 hat-tricks in 2 different World Cups. Amumi no. Why they like so betimi aye? Me sure that social Mbappe games no bona. Any games now France abona. Next time Mbappe timenya hat-trick so far in this World Cup. Only me nyadwen. Because on France we no. On bo hwan. Was it not Iran and I said a Senegal we no. And on Iran. And on bo hwan. Norway. And not Norway game no. Na Dembele nebo hat-trick. Dembele hat-trick no. Se Mbappe nebo sa hat-trick na ka Mbappe asete sa record no. Iraq now because we disappointed say one more goals in that game no. Next Mbappe nya be 3 goals against Iraq. Enra wasa nyago enra kwa de wansa nyago. Said no said Dembele share 4 no and adue e de ba ko kan. Dembele share 3 no and adue de ba ko kan. Enra Mbappe nya 1 goal kra. But say the tournament na ekono. Andy likely say yenwie no. Now one of Mbappe and e bia CR7 enso nya hat-tricka. Na sa record de kra only Gabriel Batistuta no Andy omonso etimi aye. Now near me per recorder ye to watch it. Na ye emresi maso. Ye emresi ye twam. Unim World Cup ye most hat-tricks. World Cup he produce the most hat-trick. 1954 FIFA World Cup. 1954 FIFA World Cup no. Andy ye 8 hat-tricks. 8. So far, the hat-trick World Cup are producing the most hat-tricks. Young group stages, you know, 3. Bandi, baby, I been a hat-trick spans your group stages, because I want a games therefore. Yeah, quite an evening now, not difficulty levels, no, Andy, not increasing, not games in a yedding. Not games in a yedding. By enough 3 hat-tricks, so 3 hat-tricks in the most in a World Cup since 1984. See, one more hat-tricker. Na, yeah, be equally, so 84 dear. See, 2 more hat-tricks are never a World Cup. Yeah, the second most hat-tricks in a World Cup since 1954 a FIFA World Cup. Yeah, how many say Argentina and Jordan? I do not know the reason why Argentina coach would decide to rest Messi. Yeah, give Messi record on home. Andy, or no doing say or the Messi so better made a progress in the tournament. But Argentina bought against Jordan. And he didn't get Messi. So Messi started game no. Now Messi enya goa. He becomes the 3rd player. Was in 6 successive World Cup games. Yeah, can say there's 2 players. There are only 2 players. Andy, Omashe in 6 successive World Cup games. Dedikai, Just Fontaine. Just Fontaine in 1958 FIFA World Cup. No, in 6 successive World Cup matches. The next player, Obesha in 6 successive World Cup matches. No, Jazinho. What is Jazinho there? I don't know free Brazil. In 1958 World Cup, no, Jazinho and so in 6 successive World Cup matches. Messi Ashe in 5. So Messi enya go ena. Now Obesha in 6 successive World Cup matches. In fact, Messi Ashe 6. Messi Ashe in 6 mboa. Messi Diano in 2 different World Cups, but Messi different that 2 different World Cup. The last World Cup no share, so she go. Yeah. And we so about so. Messi Ashe in 6 matches. 6 consecutive matches at the World Cup, and Messi at Watena. Andy, Unum said there is no player. Was in 7 successive matches at the World Cup. So be share at 7 at the World Cup. It didn't see that. So Argentina started Messi. Now Messi enya go against Jordan. The Messi becomes the only player all share in 7 successive World Cup games against Jordan. There, must say kemuofu. Jordan craba World Cup. Yes, was games ni nyano and Lucy. Now Argentina comes into this game. Argentina won 9 games, and we need the last 9 games. Emu 8 Argentina keep it clean sheet. Okay. Baby, I see me Argentina having say. Now me say Argentina defense me nyindi. Bandi Argentina defense no in the last 9 games no more winning no. 8 a clean sheet. And above akope ato monet. We Argentina supporter, we Messi supporter, and can obe wish say our game we can Messi be starting. Now Messi be more goals in this World Cup. Na be young group stages no. And the like say Messi be hat trick in this game.
Very much likely.
But coach now decided to say rest Messi. Emma Messi emo this game. Messi emo this game there.
So we want the minutes in the second half.
Minutes bay. Messi starting game no you never film no ko resting. Ufi bench bar and the yana vibe dey different from say we start you. So can me say can Messi best start game we. Na Messi start here. E be best 70th minute no. Na do be ya wie. Why you Messi film. Messi nya 1 goal kra na. Messi set a new record. When you Africa, Messi also set another record. So that record ni nyina no. So one Satina, Messi cannot start that record. No. But I think said World Cup Andy players dey to omanim. Dia can say ne Hurricane si form. Na Hurricane so nya hat trick. Na o me join Messi, o me join Abrante Feni Mbappe. Say crowd say the bell so be ra e go kinu. And so this World Cup no. Last year World Cup no you play 8 goals World Cup top scorer. And to last World Cup no be the 5 goals no yemi World Cup no or the top scorer, but this time around no one why yemi no not the top scorer no the bear 10 or more goals and they did the top scorer of the award of this year's World Cup. Goals neighbor.
Maxwell Mremu kakra na uria na yakwa homo so ne chairman BKB so edin komo ne ahye Black Stars in common as Max moment tie so kakra wa mo ne
a World Cup for Africans. I think said the results African, nobody expected it, and they're very massive. And in FIFA have vindicated, say, the World Cup and they call the 48 because people were raising concerns at 48 now. Korandi, be more about more but it is not what it is. Who's a dear Kase and Tessa? Because when the World Cup started, teams are about increasing, still the excitement is still there. Again, some other countries are born in developing to want to fight for a play because at first, in Africa, the 4 and the 5 never and you the same countries, Nana. But this time there is a sport to go to the World Cup, so it allows the other countries make a lot of investment, making sure some put things in place and to want to qualify. It develops the game. Yes, 10 nations here they call a history because being called. And Andy, OSHA round of 32 currently as we are speaking 7 African teams are there already. Awaiting the DRC and also for that matter, Algeria. So Algeria needs a draw. DRC also needs a win against Uzbekistan. They said DRC to be making sure. Go do more Mayeno. Also ball playoffs. Senegal you move from ball playoffs and move to me they buy. The kind of investment, the work they've done. I think they said DRC and money counts, especially when they were one of the teams that I'm back here almost say. Who shared the first World Cup or Mokwaya Kobe Bini Black Parkoina. It was a huge disgrace. So this time, so we had the opportunity, and I think say a win here, no, a best solve all those things that taking them to the next stage of the competition. Aside say Africa, countries now so I say to more personal records. For example, South Africa, the next stage that this time they are there. Senegal for the first time was 5 goals for Africa. I wasn't a car about goal scoring at the World Cup for African countries. Senegal have scored 5. That is also another historic. After Mulusu first 2 games, motivation will not be there. But they decided, so no, we need to go all out and win. So the coach made 5 changes to the squad. And it really changed everything. And Senegal are also true. Cote d'Ivoire themselves. Omun winning 2 matches into our World Cup. This time Omun winning. And the Omun qualified to the next stage. That despite the players Omun Yengina. And you're more to me. Yes. And almost saying at 6 points for the first time at the World Cup. Now, Obake Verde, almost story, they're unbeaten. The first country that went to the World Cup of Africa or unbeaten, Cameroon in 1982. Into almost unbeaten, but yet they've also qualified. Egypt. Also, ever started World Cup, not country back 1 year, come as Egypt. Omu winning match. They were the first African country to be at the World Cup, but they were not going to winning match. Egypt in normal winning match, and the Omasa are competing at the World Cup, and they've qualified to the next stage of the competition. Egypt today, I think said the no money run. Minim the Indian call for Betty win near the win be. Oh yeah, story be okay. Yeah, but your story the chairman
LGBT plus again.
No more me in our cars or Muslim nation there. Oh, the Egyptian flag now here you're afraid the same. Iranian flag. So we need the damn people normally are there too. Who's the colors almost the same. And Egypt, who's Arabian nations in Yano. Omona for me, Omona Edropa. And I was steady. Omo, I saw Omona South, Omo like Egypt, who say own take or Massam Niade. Morocco, the Western world, I owe you, yes, or more hard, but Obetio Monsem. And Iran, so Omona hard, Iran. Who say Iran or more Arabians? Iran for more are Persians, but just that they are also Islamic nation. I also watch out here. It's almost 2 negotiations. You record no. Iran didn't qualify from group stage that. So what and Egypt soon qualify from group stage that. So what no we are brothers no be no markers of me LGBTQ no more pension draw no in other qualify office will be back straight draw me ngai. But omo ye 419. Because I'm saying game where be goalless or more. The first abuse or more ball 1-1, second for one go. Straight draw. Ain't a drew baby no sa alliance in that work because I will be no more draw and qualify. We've all made records. Andy, I think so we've done well. Yes, Ghana yen say. Yen say na top group. Depend on England yen try say because African country be on top group. I stand to be corrected, but we'll be on top in the group. Say Brazil group, Brazil top A. Morocco, if I'm right. It will be on top group. It is a Ghana top group. Another feather in the cup of Africa in this very competition. Ghana so young consider goal. They are 3 games. Group stage now, young consider. And you see another record for Africa. And you understand the point. But over starts now. But you win 12, you draw 9, and you lose 14 in the first stage. So it's a good thing. And the number of teams now come a good thing. So we still have to play to make the records for Africa. So be ya can in Nigeria and Cameroon no almost so ngiro mo ne ye best Ghana say ne ya extend ne ye yare and dey be ma ne ma wo
say expansion ba na ye mre
no ma ne ma yes but World Cup dey ba because any bread they call World Cup and they are na quite and clearly I think the African teams have done very well.
Very nice. Na yenko yenim obi send message bi say me from Chris say Chris so ntiase di Argentina coach ne say
en say me dream record Argentina for so tournament
say akwai ko no obi di ko fan na ho enra so hu the Uruguay for the ESPN
omu cha omu bruta
ba Marcelo Bielsa so
your coaching so you pay attention to details pa maybe obakobia on shall be successful I don't know why.
Oh, let me.
Leeds United, you know, we GD are bet. I said, I'm fat.
So, no problem, no. Or Bono be near Shana.
Only alternative.
I said, I saw Kobe, or quite trick a cranny and I don't know. Will be near Shana, once we BMs are no more. So, also the problem, no. The problem, no. The Uruguay be seen there. Fernando Muslera. And as you goalkeeper. And I answer me yesterday because I say, or your goalkeeper in the single.
Mistakes.
Mistakes. Nini na nearly need to go.
But more quality on the pitch there. They should have been able to qualify. So group na Keved won't qualify ahead of them. Keved a mini game.
About 3 drawn games.
Intinka Uruguay cried now 1 win, any 1 draw, come qualify.
Qualify.
Until even a draw. Until 1 win, any 1 draw, and qualify to the next stage. They cannot blame anybody but themselves because home group na manageable. The reason why Keved qualify is because group no and any other group be ananka Keved enya 3 points and come team qualify. But the other teams enya 3 points come team qualify. Yeah. Because of the group. But Uruguay money ko so easy edema omo. And Keved yensu Uruguay no. South Africa is one ije. Because senka Uruguay reno ho kakra bia. Na seka Keved ntimi nko. And Uruguay kra so de Ghana fo kra sa ne mo beef. It's your man qualify no. So no is it more no more beef no Uruguay and South Africa. And the person in free but South Africa also qualify. So Uruguay the only team blame Mobia because at least getting a 4 points to qualify from the group stage. Timwa Waji World Cup be paying Timwa 2010 year obo semi final on the Ghana free mu ebo semi final did third or that World Cup on the day. Or more pedigree or status at the World Cup, you expect them to have done better. But countries are more disappointed. You really more disappointed. I think Uruguay one of the countries about World Cup or more disappointed maybe the expectation.
Uruguay for nanya for expectations and I mean what the more money the Omai and the Omai Uruguay for nanya. Yeah.
Don't blame them. They played their heart. They did it. And money Spain game, not easy game. But say sometimes they played well.
But who play well now still now?
I say walk away they will be free. Say sometimes they will be or say Tunisia dey. And they all kind me know I but say Uruguay they played well. But I say lack was none there. And no more Spain match. Oh
yes, Luis de la Fuente.
Ferran Torres on tree. And no more cover one. What chance what keep a free? Who shoot 2 ball and all the apim ba who free bench nearby. Uruguay played very well. And the also mono satakasi ball ne flare near I was working, but now it was just not going to work out for them. They played Spain and Uruguay because money problem we say want to me and Saudi and no Kelly on BBR. And don't forget that Keved played very well. And then they like Keved in your ding after so many Uruguay boy and game na Keved Uruguay boy and na from Sao. And then no money space. Over here World Cup as 2 matches now. Your friend say Uruguay are born. I come among the best games in our World Cup. And run there to Bentanco toe to toe. But now we are done Emfa. Go no cry by no Fernando Muslera. That is the problem. Only himself 2010 on one another.
And I'm Nick Chris. Also, I'm Nick Chris. Muslera that's what Uruguay go post muna mistakes in one. It's 1 hour down until also yadi. And you know, Vozinha 40 or yadi. And Bono. Also, send a Bono cry by no Lamine deco. And no Muchala means Lamine foul by referee Nanje. And I Spain for the ball machi. It's ye born to mana.
or ball the keeper no nensa kan o say me nensa kan ball no but na eja I say eja or ball no na tefa so kwose. So that was the only goal by aside that Spain. Sana yes story now because Spain were not able to put passes
coach so 3 passes kwa no mu
and I mean kwa no mo man kwan o je ball nipa for nti ade o yes a line so na oyi ball ba ku mienu bi. It was not easy. Pedri mu na ultimu say for the first time you could see Spanish team who are say aside the flair they were fighting in the game. It's a run who says Spain on be kwachire because Spain yenim say and the omo ye that flamboyant type or more prepare ball but then they were playing aggressive because wait for that more kwan Spain for J ball na no more breaking counter and now Unai mumbi so bia Unai Simon and now Unai Simon was one of the guys who saved them. They were just not lucky to be there. It is not that they did not play, but most Lero Mompamno. How Uruguay no money keeper.
Muslara name is quite
a boy De La Cruz no. Of free bench nearby. Easy. And then Chicha and now I say, also Uruguay ball no or more burning in Ebi. Darwin Nunez also about 16 matches at Manasana Munche go.
Now coach so also presence in attack. No Vavadi so as well Vavadi now munim say go check what me shoot
say it's Adena they played very well but now I say and the emfa they really played very well. The way they played na me pepper and no game na easy Andy Spain for na amfa easy to one go no munya no kra na easy oji ano mo twa career na e twa na to and a referee so jai game same flow to mo pan mo boss Spain for to baby or say come on enra Kubasi say danger afeni ehun say Barcelona high line except coach ni hwe ni ye kakra enra Kubasi was solid because na high line no mo mbo bebre nti enra we Nico Williams on free bench na buy na De La Cruz ni twa no De La Cruz no butu no on the butu na nka on na kokko no kwa kontokwa ho I forgot this guy short one Arojo Arojo no ball wafa baby a won FIFA and round so referee no issue be by and a referee ni be gina say handy or be so be only so pia referee start for only be so mom you go for it's handy they did what they could but now it's I didn't emfa but no ball na Spain for to me gina no boy no say me won say first game no mwenya a result second game ni say Saudi Arabia. But no game na Spain boy, but who says any idea? Unai Simon was excellent in post, Enra. Unai is one of the reasons I'm Spain. Enya one we but Lamin do G ya boy. Or yep, oh no, you go winning ball. But I'm go fie.
You okay, no Cambol or Mabu by Kusi say.
It's a tournament do give
Enra, the reason why we film because of Enra game. Senkomushe Kiveda and can rank can you go qualify
straight.
But Abba World Cup, they played against Spain, played against Saudi Arabia, and against Cape Verde, and you could not win. You could not get 4 points from these matches there. Almost disappointing. And not again now the Jeju Omodia, Bagas Omoya there. But before say Obesia, Spain and Rano, net teams Ben and Uruguay no mabo. Do you expect them to compete mabo and more points in those matches? And under normal circumstances, you will have expected them to have 6 points before Obesia Spain. So share Spain will 6 points, and by the time Uruguay qualify. Can mistakes are goalkeeper ni and then can count to. But how many Cape Verde game ni biom. Cape Verde some go 2-1 up. Yeah. And I keep a yasa mistake, a mistake, and I Cape Verde for the taker. Before so Bobo Cape Verde no, now the first game was a draw. So draw our games ni na be share last game. Now you need a crucial win. As I know team qualify the pressure be also. And you know media I cannot be impressed by any game on boy you know. Senra game no kwa de abaka so mo ya de but Andy ekusi say omofrim in the group you expect them to committee qualify and your qualification keke kra o ye one of the third best placed teams to kra na almost ankan and bizazu na baby amigina say teams about World Cup you more disappointing and they one of them
Match Mirase Sir Christian and Maxwell na yemrethi na Yemfa efisem no enso into after the Black Stars of Ghana and a match day enche yebekwa ahoma so na yene chairman Bright can come bodu enso etimi atwetwe nkomo e de free American ya hwese de preparations enso esie komat minim se Christian Maxwell motie nkomo ni bia Saudi Argentina for edwin ho say Messi and rest no Ghana me who say bi muso start a conversation that any coach no so rested some of our players because yenya qualifier you be to say Kalewirinchi say also yellow card bi da ho na ka omo rest no na nko ba se bia sa we no akunya yellow card bia because match we no match ya renew ya qualified that
ti ya adwin me no mum say rest caliber ne ya adwin. The reason is very simple. Your qualifier potentially beko Canada. Say potentially round 32 in Ghana beko Canada. So let's imagine this scenario. Say Caleb akodi yellow card. Na yeko Canada na partenso nya available. Ya me for the be say.
Is it Elisha Usumo na say? Elisha
Usumi wane ba bebo. On say go a coach na ya de. But me saw that game na botia England you know. Enemy who the proper value of Thomas Partey coach we system no obonim Partey abe indispensable intimate drop Partey but circumstances beyond our control ama Partey enya available si eko Canada dia Partey nya available and the Partey nya available we expect a branch of Caleb any Sibu so betimi I replace a branch of Thomas Partey anything no say ebetimi esi say bibi be say si Caleb ho kwai Emma Caleb ni Partey nyina enya available in our next game dia yen take precaution and precaution bit take is that Caleb should not play. There's a possibility that Caleb will bar and it's why I tackle more because the midfielders they will do a lot of air tackles and once I will tackling more there's a high possibility to be the yellow card another yellow card now branch of Caleb out of our game in a run 32 game one and you feel my coffee na ye method no Caleb film na Partey so nya available dia ebe haye so ye betimi a ye take precaution because of say yellow card na Caleb wonti no any Partey wan hwa ye nya nti no ebi ama Caleb so ntranche na Partey mo because Partey enko Canada ni bi ti Partey mo no be from me bo na rest Caleb say be ya Partey ni won mo a Caleb aba she Partey so na me no mo ya adwen precaution.
Aside Caleb, do you have any other player in mind now?
There be any player bia. Many another player bia. And I'm Obama Baba Bobiana. Baba Mabona Gideon Home.
Yeah, Ali Duzumi
Senaya. And the center backs also about one break.
The Lucas in zone
Lucas in Manaf for some bono in rescue or Mona Yam prepare for the knockout game. There be way so much changes with teams who are affected team chemistry. Maybe me say the changer may expect ya a changer and the precaution change. And one say Yamma brand your friend Caleb and available in the knockout games. Obey available no avoid the yellow card. One more yellow card and he's off.
Maxwell, Mami also take on that now.
Musia, Senegal, Portugal, Colombia. You should only get ready. More topic group number Senegal. Mudi second, Amone Portugal.
Portugal third, Colombia.
Mudi third, Amone Colombia. Nebo. Nti baby abefebia the etianeti. All these countries they are ahead of us. But we still play them. And the me say a topic group no. Now you set a record say. Because this World Cup African team be a topic group. Meboa. It's a topic group and I say a feather in our cup. See a Croatia. Who have been to the semi-final or even the final, a semi-final of the last 2 or 3 World Cups. When you see a ranking so best Basro. You be move top 15 you be back class and Basro and all these things are because a ranking no so yeah it was good is a deba. Yen keep a clean sheet. Yen caught 3 games in the group, yen keep a clean Africa team behind ye. Serbia yensu yenya ka World Cup na ye bo Ghana di na ye keke kan yense na ye ka World Cup say ye bo Morocco di anameboa na ye keke kan omonsem anameboa enti we should go but I think say who's a coach in the system na wobon and be determine whether or not say player no be bench na so on bench no because e bia na that type no wobon player na very key to it and the coach who doesn't want to lose for all we know coach in Penifo aka so per Senegal than Colombia and Portugal and into be call all out to win. Ebia coach na kasa between Portugal and Colombia. Sana Chris and Ekano. Chris want to go for Portugal instead of Colombia, which I agree with you because Ronaldo say ebi o say you. And I we fiana. Na yes World Cup aye kwede bia nso ni yesia Portugal for sa adeja.
Na show mo e.
Now yes show mo say e easy sa. Yes 2 crown no ma say 3.
Me on ya bri mi so yi. Me ya grow no.
We are na penalty Ronaldo be ya na penalty. well almost me nim dia ye ni mu ni ntokwa bia de bia so ye ko ka mpesa mo say enye fine Colombia they are very strong team okay say Copa America money your friend is say Argentina in the quarter final check their record they are very very strong but this World Cup African teams no edge over the South American team so uyi your friend is say Argentina say Algeria now most of the guys say Ecuador were beaten by La Côte d'Ivoire meboa
yeah
good. Which other team?
Morocco and
Brazil played to a draw.
Yeah.
Meboa. And your friend is saying so. Cape and so Uruguay played to a draw. It's most of the African teams in South America for an edge instead of Nyekesi over us. And the baby I mean who say you bet me a fight all. So you are meeting Senegal, Portugal, Colombia. Baby I'll be Siabako. So what I say, hence I agree saying going forward no we should rest some of the players but because coaching is also buying in and the system no born Chris said it is working perfectly for him so for him to change that system will be difficult and he's a key member to that very system now all born there is going to be very difficult but I agree with you say with that card you take a precautionary measure now you make sure say you may keep the adjustments in going for. I agree with you, but I also feel like let's leave that one to the coach because Senegal, you sure my match, and Andy a match.
A match, pa.
You sure Portugal a match.
Match, pa.
You sure Colombia a match. But the fact that in England I play to a draw, you frustrate you. We can also frustrate all these teams. But I feel like young cut topic group no. Now you are starting 3 games and you only don't consider goal. Now open door for most of the local goalkeepers no.
Topping the group, it is not in our hands. Topping the group, yes, automatically
England,
exactly. But no matter what it is, you need to win.
We can win. And still not top the group. Ghana winning England because Panama be 3 or 4. They've topped the group because Ghana. I'm not sure Ghana can score more than 2 goals against Croatia. We can win a football. Yeah, football. Yeah. You bet me a football. But Ocean and saying Blasters games now scoring more than 2 goals now be much of a problem. Ghana and Timisha more than 2 goals. Ghana and Timisha more than 2 goals. Now England could win by 2-0 margin. Krana. England made the same number of points, but Tomba finished the top of the group. So yes, be a Ghana we near topic group automatically. It is still not in our hands. What I say, the only way we can top our group. And it's the unthinkable may happen. Which is also Panama and England will draw. Which is possible. Which is football possible there. So Panama and England will draw. Now England are 5 points. Now Ghana win 7. So the only way we can top the group is England and winning. Yeah. Now you winning. And which is very difficult. I don't see Panama getting a draw against England. And you know, let's by this time the ranted to 2 game never won. Ranted to 2 game no. Let's begin to plan towards it. Now they be a beya and now be a prevent Emma certain place available in that game no. Let's begin to avoid those things.
Then with that said, Andy, before you go to increase it, let me ask this question. Here, Senegal, Utopia we share Senegal. Second we share Portugal. Udi third we share Colombia. So where do you want to go? Personal Lopez or going?
FIFA was no more someone.
Tournament
results
Senegal. It is second Asia. Portugal. It is third
Colombia. Shakira, I'm gonna turn you. World Cup.
We can between Senegal and Colombia.
Senegal, the top group.
And I'm going to top in the group. No,
what do you say? What do you? Who's go one say we crown also lose now lose as well. But what they always say with the no why say England, yes, we know England to be good, but a ball here Panama no mo buofu no because ball Panama born and yes at least omanya 3 points and now 1 point and now go meboa.
Me no almost second game no there.
Ombo game.
Oh my goodness, I'm Croatia no.
Omunimbo, let's say before the World Cup, you know, catch us a born Omunimbo. Yeah, forget about say Omunista, about say team, you know. Omo coach no aye dwuma omu ni ball ne ball ba baby omo so sa so baby omo fine na enye what I say obi say Panama ball boys omo ko pie we mu group na Saudi Cape mu ni ade an come back cause surprise wo Ghana na na eni edin ti are boy ya boy wi
but baby nam ni ntino baby the beti en bi edin nti let's just go and team go win See Lucia, the cushion heading. You win here, the cushion heading. Oko draw so the cushion heading. So why don't we just win? You win here, at least you begin record. See, countries are winning most games for Africa. Say you 6 wins.
Yes.
And not only the Nigeria, Morocco was 7. And Nigeria was 6. It's we are now joining Morocco. Say African teams are winning most games at the World Cup.
7.
So if you can, let's win, because Andy, we have permutation now. You Lucia, you draw, and as you win here, maybe a be heading. Maybe be heading there. Let's just go and win. You win, you boys, and a winning bonus. I started beside you 30,000 media channel that be fee.
Na mama yentie enran komoni bia akọ so ahead of the game na afi no yemfa enwura eye game na nkasem na yeni ho enkomo ewo eye fi hase na no pay na mama nko enkomo no so minsha ase ewo ho akura so okay Antoine Semenyo edi nkomo on course Carlos Queiroz eba ne style of play na yentie Semenyo and someone about coach Carlos Queiroz.
Yeah, like I was saying, with his experience of coaching in England and various countries, he's obviously very defensive. He's brought in a unit. I like to think we weren't as defensively solid before, and that was one of our main things. We scored goals, but we conceded a lot as well. So I feel like now we're in a position where everyone's defending together, everyone's focused, and yeah, it's hard to break us down, which is great.
The coach, experience where in England, in Spain, any baby alcohol now experience into anonym said they also miss a name and we are not the 2 years and Kofu Ghana defending a Ghana defender say also Ghana a defender na yenya resource and no any idea also we.
Yeah, as an attacker, of course, you want to be higher up the pitch, scoring goals, creating chances. I feel like the last game we knew we were going to be defending a lot, and again, it's what's most important for the team. If we need to defend as a team for 90 minutes to get a result, that's what we have to do. I've been in the team previously, Bournemouth, where a lot of the time we were defending, so I'm quite used to it. Yeah, it's what's needed for the team, and yeah, that's all.
Someone know that to just Bournemouth about defending now. Sometimes some we into no and just something new to him. So I don't know also we na omudinya results are omu air from the game. Why not? Also because no we now or some so the tuja say players no happy and content with the coach. Them won't stay focused.
Are happy, they're content with what's going on right now. We're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. We know that tomorrow is an important game. We want to make sure we solidify that qualification. But I think every player is ambitious. Everyone wants to push on, get through to the next round and see what happens. But again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
And Antoine Semenyo and yet kind of coach Carlos Queiroz and so Edin Semedia together the kind I've seen in team as I say are very focused. Now, I'm person good football against Croatia. No good results from the game.
The game of football is so difficult. You cannot play two.
Na coach Carlos Queiroz no and our sound studio to Jazara. Sir Moose team no I win the game. No more celebrate amunya because almost sacrifice a lot. And it's almost any results are almost making sure almost celebrity a lot.
Again, if you check the results in this World Cup, number of draws.
Right, the words of the Black Stars coach Carlos Queiroz, and you tell me, we and so Mamue. Now, this coach, you know, say, no against Croatia, or demanded rock and roll for 90 minutes against Croatia.
The only medicine that works in football it is to win and see everybody happy around us.
Right, Coach Carlos Queiroz, and yeah, Telecom Minister, in na fi no memra abijafo enso asoye. Now, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Kofi Adams, akasa Ediafa coach Carlos Queiroz, wakasa Ediafa coach, you know, say Carlos Queiroz, the future, anyone some yintino.
Well, surely it's something that we will be looking at, and if you listen to me.
On issues, coach, Yamano, a new contract na onto us on also. Even before the FA and the ministry, Ebeka was no matter say Ghana for can say entire coach down was but I want to focus on this project now. No, we are the other projects are and so but on Thomas Partey visa application one sense no minister the figures on submit a fresh visa application for Thomas Partey said about Ghana next game ya Eco Canada party and submit Yakusia can Minister Honorable Kofi Adams in.
It was unfortunate, and we made it very clear that we thought it was unfortunate. Thought that the decision to
Honorable Kofi Adams and I think and me say on Facebook any YouTube nanko for complain say voices no ema minim what the problem is. I'm sure say mo amuti radio any ye wahasi ne yetimi bia kama but minim what enye when your voices are sometimes you hear sometimes voice name minim what has been happening and ekobane say ana say una obo voice no and wakoye target meanwhile me I don't know. Voice but on Facebook and I've been seeing sometimes about voices are they complain minim what the problem is and it keeps happening. and you guys are aware. Timu the needful. Max,
yeah,
game that Kasana and Nkomo.
And in that weekend, my main for this opportunity, Mr. Paul Akwesi Asante, a Paul Sands group of companies, and Sam Sport Company Limited, a director. On any year, Mrs. Brighton Asante or Papa, send me a come. Yamin sure will be brave. And stand firm on the United States of America. On the last no ne or Pakino Wacha Brantiamo a year runs. So stand firm. God bless you. There's some Musumaya win. And finally, Ura Kwame Toronto, Canada. On a OT, a Tommy. Almost more America Korea game. So your game there. Ghana, Croatia. As a Ghana avoided defeat. You avoided defeat that we are short of second place. By a coach near very, very experienced, Carlos Queiroz. We can watch 16 games and obey a coach. I will walk up with the man. It's an experience and the idea de Ghana echo. Nemo is a Ghana yet discipline. Send in the previous 2 games, we need to be very disciplined. And yet discipline you stay up. Send you kind of for the first they keep a clean sheets in 3 group stage game. That will be a record for Africa. You better pick 7 points with a win. You know Morocco ba the African country among winning games the World Cup. Yeah, no, ya we be 18th match at the World Cup. Did the record no? Yeah, benya through. This season, African team be on top table. You bet me a top table. And Ghana and Kansas you on top table. Our World Cup that we can do that. And with the 7 points, no so you benya no. You be equaling Morocco as African team when get the most points our group stage going forward. It's a game when it serves us a lot of good. Into any idea Ghana Eddie come. Only say Croatia beat me at top table. Per how they win, Andy. Any the way England game, but say England get slip out. Say England is slip now Croatia to me win here. They might top the table. It's a Croatia for will play out. But omo destiny e wo mo nsem. Because I say unwini ye now to me top table and answer odekwa and your destiny e wo mo nsem. Yes, Croatia are very good in the group stage of World Cup games. And the 4-2 now England show mono is the last or the first time omo lusu in 8 group stage games. Omo winning 5. Andy and omo draw 2 and omo lusu just 1. Until we need to be very careful. And again, the Croatia and Africa team Asia World Cup now almost have a very strong record. The last 4 no Mosiano. Oman win 3 and Oman draw 1. It means that they are unbeaten. 2 teams were Munsiada ewo baby. But they must say all her starts now. Croatia last 8 games, they must 6 I and both team to score. And the Croatia a team bia o de ball back to na team no. I na enter engedini. Be must say Croatia World Cup. Not a country no ne born. FIFA ranking, you're ranking 40 or below. Omunlusu. Say be a country FIFA ranking either 40 or 41. They're quite here. Croatia don't lose to those teams. So it's not going to be easy. Oman winning 4 and Oman draw 2. So it's not going to be easy for Ghana. Ghana on the other side. Your last 9 games, yeah, but they must 7 in under 2.5 goals never. I don't say Ghana and share first half goal. The last 9 games here, but you share first half goal. The Ghana best goal a second half. And maybe I believe that the same trend, you know, and the bit to me at also. Now players being a on Hanos on bit to me as goals. 1 Antoine Semenyo. Yes, no case coach in the starts no bono or pay no defending. I understand. But in games, if you don't score goals, you don't win. If you don't let us be content with only the defending, no, because it will get to a stage in the competition and you need to score. And it's a way you attacker, the little opportunities I'm bringing on more say. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And since Semenyo a man in county. The last 2 goals of Washama Ghana, the first goal openness. And I heard Semenyo cry last 7 goals of Washama City. And the emu 6 no, a opener a first goal. Ntebia say a caught deep in the second half na Semenyo kosha. Ne ebia ne ye weird man. Yesu na Paul ya to me. Ne bia ye weird man. Elsewhere say range bebo. So Semenyo in your goal, I'm expecting Renchi to get us another goal because he's a player mostly or call forwarder. Even our last game once a ground so say forward back could be not bad cry. On the other side, Ante Bodimir. So she go ma Croatia omun lose so much. The last 7 games of Washe goes so and the most 6 or more winning. And about my draw, I said the other game on board no free bench or Beshe Panama for no. We need to take a close eye to it. Andy, game way say na mihuno. Croatia last 5 matches no, either win or loss. Among winning 2 no more lose 3. And I think say be fat the same line. And omun to make keep it clean sheet, omun keep it clean sheet back up any of the almost share Panama 1-0. The other 4 no, omun to make keep it clean sheet. Ghana so games no. One wins bem, draws bem. And a losses been, but last 3 games are Ghana born. A win and draw situation, but Ghana is unbeaten. 2 goals pen are bem, and they are conceded 1. It's a Ghana games no a low scoring, and because of the defensive block na born under 2.5, a likely total number of goals in the game under 2.5, a likely. Where there's gonna be a win, I'll give it to Ghana. Because a Ghana no defense near Shamti, one goaler, Edney. And the boys have been very disciplined. So made the same disciplinary organization no more. It will go a long way. So likely outcome maybe 1-0 for Ghana. Because if Ghana is winning, I don't see them scoring 2. It's a game though, but on best to say yes 1 na only pono near 2. And you watch us here. And likely maybe a Ghana win no second half maybe likely say beba. But said ma kan Semenyo ni Renchi enyiro mo Semenyo yenimusa we den o she go so city meboa and a blasters will go so anti World Cup say go e we say defense na ye ba say go na build the one kasa so o level say Croatia be winning dia and they don't expect one e be a 2-1 but Ghana be winning dia 1 it's Annie. As a Ghanaian, I'll surely go for Ghana. I think say we need to win and top the group. It's a win, Beba Medebema Ghana. Sana Mime Huno.
Okay, try me. Listen.
Yeah.
Your microphone.
Game, you know, sometimes you are not washe when you hear results anymore. What's the BAT? Ghana qualify. Croatia qualify. It's between Ghana and Croatia now you call into any game no. When you hear results more, Croatia will need the results more than Ghana. Because results, you know, any effect on Ghana, so whether we are qualifying or we are not qualifying. Yeah, qualified at that. But any countries now qualify, even the 3rd best placed teams, you know, Croatia any one of them. So Croatia ahead the game now. Okay. There na results no be the aboy. Ghana Lucia, there be the amomo. Ghana winner. Ghana Lucia Andy enyansunsan so bia in qualification so Benay Croatia comes into this game trying to look for a qualification, and if they can qualify Maso, they will need either a draw or a win. So Croatia for a draw or ma qualify because we have 4 points. We have 4 points now. Oba finish 3rd behind Ghana because 5 points. Now Croatia for number 4. No, but already 3rd. But the Croatia for Lucy game we are, they should count themselves out of the qualification. Andy, Unyas was so disappointed that Oman qualified from the group stage. Because in a country, the last 2 World Cups are Benino, and we are final, and about semi-final. So for a country, about finals of 2018, about semi-finals of 2022 World Cup. That's why about the next World Cup. Now even group stage, you know, when Timian qualify and film in a World Cup, qualification from the group stage, you know, are much more easier than previous. First, before this World Cup, so say we did 3rd and don't qualify. Now first and second. But say there, yes, we did 3rd. Now you don't Caribbean. You are qualifying. Yeah, this is slot in the buy. Croatia, now the last 2 World Cup, why are the may not qualify. And I'm sure that any Croatia for the Baba game, you know, a bit much more than the Ghana for here, because Ghana has already qualified. Croatia for the here a resource to qualify. Now, their first game was against England. And England, they considered 4 against England. In fact, I'm considered 4 against England. Now, I have 7 consecutive matches. Na Croatia for bar. All of them, na ball eto a Croatia for net. Yeah. In fact, the last time and the only time in the last 8 games, Croatia for a keeping clean sheet was against Panama. Ombotia Panama no. Omo Panama kabakwa Panama entimiante. Before some bese Panama no. Now Croatia for about 7 games. All those 7 games, na ball eto a Croatia for net, including against Faroe Island and Montenegro. So Ghana goes into this game. Watch this start. Now say they be Croatia for vulnerable because England had the ball 9 to net. Before say England had the ball 9 to net, now Omabo Air Faroe Island, Omantibian keep clean sheet. Montenegro, Omantibian keep clean sheet, and today they are not supposed to keep a clean sheet because Ghana owe enough quality to be able to score a goal against them. Now, the game we know, ne kaya dene that Blaster coach, only a static formation. So when a minim ball. First game, any second game near boy, coach in the tactics, coach in the formation of boy, a dependent on the opposition now. The coach played entirely 2 different games. Ghana versus Panama, and Ghana versus England, lineup, any approach, were entirely different. And I'm sure that say the last game, any the way I Ghana boy now. I am not expecting the coach to play the same way, the same tactics, the same approach against Contra, your friend Croatia. It will mean what we are expecting from the coach. Because against Panama, Andy, a different approach. Against England, he played a different approach. And against Croatia, I am not expecting the same approach. England, the approach must change.
Based on first one and the second one,
yes.
And I say
first one and the second one.
Okay, gonna be say first one we needed points for
yes
BB, and the second one too we still needed a point, but as at this time
points
yes, this time the coach me on the other side.
That's why
they
are making here now. Okay, I say what we are expecting from the coach. And the almost system bay. Dear no more, Panama, dear no, and almost England, dear no. I'm not sure that the approach against England, will be the same approach against Croatia because they are 2 different entities with 2 different qualities. Now, Ghana played against England and they conceded possession in England for. In fact, it became the first time in the World Cup history. Will be about 79% of ball possession by one team and Twatina. Against England, Ghana able only 21% of ball possession. England able 79, but we did not concede. The reason why I coach in the boss are approaching because of her materials in Crano and of where England in say against England, you caught to call a cock and toe to toe. Any England for this says here no more bar. One shy to be no more on Besha and Bear 3, on Besha and Bear 2, and the uncle watch the nine closest spaces. Now be England for Befa at the Ahetiano, and the young closest spaces in Nina. Ain't in fin near Crossy. And a latras no swa, England Bay su at the stretchy and swa, yes, I closey ho. It does England met me a fair Romanano, and the closest are Dawson. Baba so. On said. Ghana is yet to have a shot on target in the first half. Walk up on you. Meaning, say Ghana Nkwadia. I think say Ghana is the only country yet to have a shot on target in the first half of games are able. Because against Panama, Ghana did not have a shot in the first half, not even a shot on target. A shot in the first half. Against England, Ghana did not have a shot in the first half. Before they became even a shot on target, Ghana more a shot in the first half. So against Panama, no shot on target in the first half. Against England, no shot in the first half, no shot on target in the first half. So we are yet to have a shot on target in the 2 games now Bono in the first half. But you are playing against a Croatian team. quality say Croatia no entirely different from England. Entirely different from Panama, and I'll give you two main reasons. Okay. The first reason, Croatia for team no an aging team. The reason why as a one shot transition, almost the same team na about 2018 final no. The last World Cup no, almost abebo no. The same team na Andy almost had bawo. So here in Finfina, I want to find Kovacic, any Modric, any Bonfinfin. Andy Kovacic 32 years, Modric 40 years. Together, so two players in age o combine 72 years. See nya midfielders are athletic. Betime Tromika Andy ye more be 70 minutes no mo bre omo tank be who because omo nyiri. So against England no, we gave the midfield to them because now omo midfield no and the net Declan Rice. Any Jude me na bon finfin no. Yentimi no mo.
Elliot Anderson.
Elliot Anderson. Yentimi no mo. Mandy, we are looking at a 40-year-old Luka Modric. One a partner on Finfin. Kovacic crowd Man City no last year and in the playing time say. No, be more. Yeah. And also 32 years. So Omumi no Nigerian Finfin there. You should be able to deal with them and have possession against Croatia. They are also me, you know. Andy, there are two wingers, you know. Abrante Feno, Mario Pasalic. I will say I can about Atalanta and they were 31 years.
Pasalic at 25.
25.
Yeah.
And on the one level, Ivan Perisic.
Perisic
37.
37.
Andy, I'm also aging. Oh, the M4 25 and 20. Another aging player in 37 and about the other wing.
Perisic.
37 as we see the Croatian national team. They have not been able to transcend beyond our team way. So Perisic at 37. Kovacic 32, Modric 40. Andy, me sure that say a game we na athletic. Ye players are me running more. Edo mo two car. Ye mo be 60-70 minutes in kono. And na game players no o mabre. Baby am name so ya adwene. Any the player that we need to watch. Anti Budimaya, who plays for Osasuna. Sausha La Liga last season top scorer na. And the other toss me in fact, he scored more goals than Lewandowski than Ferran Torres. So La Liga top scorers last season now. Mbappe said 26. And I saw Murici I said 23. The next top scorer in La Liga no Anti Budimaya and he shares 17 goals in 37 matches. When available last season no see about La Liga about 38 matches. About 37 of the 38 matches, and out of those 37 matches no Andy shares 17 goals. There is no Ghanaian player. Probably be Sasemenyo 20 goal plus. And I'm one. So he's 7 years old more. No Ghanaian player na share more goals than him. And also see a kind in the league papa. So the numbers in the crowd on the me assure that the reason why and the owner goes you know is baby a supplies in the Fiabano. Also a cross in the move. And across in the bar, baby I say to me proggy. Perisic, baby Perisic no because Perisic cross no yeah na decisive and incisive. So yeah cross him you know and the obetimi locate advantage friend Anti Budimaya o locate na asare be ya de but sometimes baby a player the ball beto no a goalkeeper become useless. The goalkeeper may become useless. So the way to be plugging England for no Emma wing no na omuntimi fa ball ma no me sure that say dometi finfin na yi Modric free mu Kovacic free mu na wingers no so no yetimi amoma fa crosses na ma Anti Budimaya probably become useless in the game. I'm expecting Ghana to win because baby abefa bia no adding say baby abefa bia adding dia any Andy see ebe lusuna e ba ko sha dia din any see ebe win e be fa ko sha dia din dia yemfa Ghana say Ghana be wini because me share team na manager boy can beat them because an aging team and I'll share omni last omni Panama na in fact Panama gave them a match. Panama gave them a match. England show more 4. Team say Panama 1 pay. For a team that lost 4-2 to England, struggled to beat Panama 1-0 against Ghana. Ghana, yeah, results so she be papa be Andy, we are not supposed to lose this game. The worst essay the Befido should be a drawn game because Ghana for mood no. And that's the sign. Ghanaians still want to jubilate. Just imagine some so Yakobo game you near Lucy. Even though say I qualify, but the mood any start jubilation na Ghana for as a apeja o mani nyina mood be any edge no. A defeat at the mood na day everything aba form. And I think that we need to sustain some mood no. Ni enko so ani ntimi wini. Andy, ya nya de kra no because so much kra no say say you just cover ade onum de gire and Stanisic. Just cover ade there and they say on the decent kakra. But Stanisic any the other players na ka mugo chiro ne de manageable. I'm expecting the Blasters to have our first shot on target in the first half, probably our first goal in the first half in this year's tournament. And then you know, maybe for the first time in so many years, Ghana should be able to score more than one goal in a game. Let's go for a win, Andy. Let's go for a win. The worst case scenario, Ghana should go for a draw.
Now, Andy, I am on my way driving to Philly to watch the game. 8 hours more drive ahead of me than 2 hours already. Ose Croatia.
No, Ghana flag you going to come on this way Ghana ni. Na we need is I Lucy Croatia and they want say born maso. You need confidence. Yeah. I dey have the confidence in a and born confidence in ton. Wa ko to be. Any confidence if by winning games. Yeah. Okay, let's imagine Ghana. See in England about draw. Yashe Panama, ni Yashe Croatia account. Look at the confidence about Sidibinya. So our confidence, Ghana will need that confidence in our next game, regardless of the opposition. But after you begin to question yourself, coach in the crowd will begin to question the method. What I say. So let's begin to sustain confidence. Before you go walk up, now. And then Blasters going any confidence. Even Ghana for near her Blasters no any confidence with team. Today, I'm my confidence. Players league gain confidence. Let's not lose that confidence by losing today's game. Let's sustain it. How do we sustain it? By keeping winning. And I said, let's make sure that we do not lose any match. Regardless of the consequences. Let's make sure that we do not at least lose today's game.
Mr. Christian, but also na me hwa ade bi kakra. On Christian e kasa ne ehwe coach no approach how they be in the game. Na mpese me tie also take on that because yehu Panama approach no the coin. On the first half na oye very deep. In the second half no I say ma omo bo omo nim kakra. Through that we even had the goal. In England na enim the quality say England especially from omo middle ho Declan, Elliot Anderson, to say Jude Bellingham. You look at Harry Kane, Anthony Gordon, na Noni Madueke, Ekanwa. You see the quality, and it's near very deep. And I think both the first half and the second half near quite deep. But through that, you're 4 points as we speak. We are qualified already. Going into the last game, Christian Asaka, the confidence leveler. Boy is no really giving the best idea more. I'm looking at coach, and so approach. Now we can't say someone who can say, or you're familiar with Sa coach in the defensive game because bomb off no more tribe. Or Kayaka say they also more to gain the points, and also more. What I say, coach no approach no they corner say this time. God, he even spoke about beautiful football against Croatia. Yes. He spoke about beautiful football against Croatia in the press. He said, no, Uncle Biem, not only Croatia for the and I said, what he's been sticking to in the last two games are any qualification. On sticking to that, announces on Sakakra.
First of all, say coach Bia one style how the coach. And on that make us say, na me board. Na me a defender, me a midfielder, na me a striker, na me be coach here. Be 90%. Ube hu se me ball na ube hu so me team ne send your mobile. Enti coach no ye goalkeeper na assistant ye goalkeeper no. Me max so I don't expect say on be ball be fe. That is not their style. E bi obe to me abokra and the nyen ne omo style. Because the omodi call game mo ne say me said ya onso won me. Inti omo ya highly defensive. Inti me now ahead of work and make say I don't expect them so be board say Ghana yeah express here on a derby. Bandy, the thing is that they're not all yen, so my results.
Exactly.
Meboa. So why change it? You only change it when you know, say, what is at stake. Like Chris was indicating, what is at stake? Ebia, the results no enye but the question is that so obiem so obeba coach know what it takes to play that ball na more kanana.
Say or materials at the boss.
Enye materials. Ghana they say sani boy. Boys we say coach BBM so mo ball on be so mo. Memo bia ndisivu say this is how they play. Say ye BM so mo na sante mo speed mo samenyo power mo. We isaku we nuama. Omunye bida isaku fa ball like baby or defense they ombe how.
So now they are being disciplined.
They are both different style, but the aim in one is say within that short time the boys need to be perfect. Na sending an offer ball no call for that one. And even any Germany in Austria, I'm not most at the point we're also in the game dominating. And see, say, oh my, quantity and boy, but the question is that coach, you know what? Then sad then so bit to me about that game near Penana. For now, on sticking to what is giving us results.
Okay.
We are not there to do no experiment. Because the experiment now, as I said, coach, you show 5 and now Ghana, only Ghana for home.
Big challenge.
Only Ghana for. And say, ABR, we need to add a little to the and understandable. We need to manage the game in sometimes, Yembie Mokakra. A woman near defending Kakra, near beer, but say a case acquire wholesaler. That might also change. Because remember, question, does the coach have what it takes to really play that tactics and be successful? If be a coach and be be successful in a way, and now here all the nations are coaching the World Cup in now, say Portugal, and guiding in our nations are stamping authority our World Cup game. So the best he could do is to make sure so be manage the game.
Well, I heard this coach Anukuta Egypt team now no do more ebo this style or the Ghana ebo now.
Yes,
Egypt.
They were playing the same, but Egypt so they still have very good players. In Tandy, yen defend deep, occasionally yen kwa attack akra. Yeah, wingers, no, they are very patient. So we don't attack from the middle. It's a wingers, they move on, then we pounce. It's a bit, I believe that the AANMI results, you still continue doing that. And in the third game, say be a Croatia and your gamer, and your goaler, he will be forced to open up. and as I make out, a game 9 Sasani Bekono will force him to open up. So the question remains that does the coach have what it takes to open up and play that kind of ball in the air? Because that means me sana me pay me ball. Mimi teams I mean the coach now be boss our boy mepamo. Because you said me was Spain. Oh yeah, born in Spain for so yeah born. Madrid or Barca and prep Randy. If they open as a 5, we'll still open up and play with you. Minim say what ya. Me it's Argentina sana me no. But say oh yeah, the my results are. Let's stick to that plan first. If they yeah the kakra big count but go wholesale change that might also be a problem. It will be some things say kakra me make me account that one.
And Emma Ghana for Akasa. Na omacho but minim quick one on minister so the so on coach in the
yeah.
So even before Omoni he's already heard Ghanaians talk about say yeah extended coach a contract na but I'm say person project we na no masa another project.
Yeah, and also in a bad say they have to take the decision. Yeah, Ghana for your back idea. The AN or Monfa, the AN also Monfan to be respectfully, but Georgia, they will make the decision. And all you know, they've even spoken with the coach. What about if the coach has even told them he wants to concentrate and finish this one?
Okay.
And also might be a possibility. Yeah. So I think Omo being inside they have an information we don't have. But whether say you're tying it down, and I say you waiting until it be weird jumana and the thing now or no Carlos Queiroz no so no the near just Ghana yes we am on the platform because any has Conco World Cup and Andy Mpacho and no rest the way Ghana the whole world they can yourself so the team be Brazil Portugal come we big or call World Cup when yes our fans no exactly or call World Cup no Portugal cross our fans no Egypt no coaching when yes our fans into also is happy now the way or resonating with the fans the way on the fans in the body language It is also happy. The good thing is that he's happy working and we are getting results. I'm sure say we are. So still obey coach. So we are still obey coach. And he ever top is can obey na. And I also agree with the minister.
Okay.
Ma who be paying? Ma who be paying? Tino. Utuado. Anado kasi be
kidnap you Utuado.
Nim Ghana.
Na me wa. Enyo Utuado ya na odi ebo Nigeria we ye na anado kasi there be is no going back to Germany. E say kidnap you. Kidnap ni we ne kusi say.
Am say kidnap no guy nyanya ne pe.
Kidnap ni we na ekoye basa. But I think that coach, you know, sometimes you need to gain the confidence and the belief of the people. And 2 games na yabono. Andy, yenshada nye exceptionally well biasa, but the expectation on the Blasters were extremely low.
Yeah.
Na FIFA. Sorry, friendly games na boy na nisi entimi qualify for the AFCON. Qualify for World Cup ni we friendly matches na yabono. Ada Ghana for do na bambu ye. Say World Cup we no. Ye nkonko ye hwe no was when we played against Austria.
Omunyo 5.
Sa Austria game in the way Austria for share 5-1. A lot of Ghanaians began to question now team where the even the it is on record. Say most renowned sports journalists in this country Ubia Kebi, Mukrami Kebi say Blasters team near the World Cup no. This one is the weakest squad. Yeah, they call the World Cup. So the expectation on the team no na low or form see ko be 3 matches per near free mudiaba. But coach let me manage a squad na and a team near the core na as a quality nation that form no team manage e dia enya qualification no and am gonna for ni age adwuma na waye ne ho na just imagine say Abrante Feni Kurusi available na Jiku any Abrante a ye fairness Salisu enso ya available and just imagine how obetimi the Blasters team we enso etimi e dia ye and also can kire ye say open Blaster coach and yet can be an SOB application. Sometimes to identify the OPE, no akofa we see yangaso be apply. You only needed a coach. We identify a coach, and then we went in for the coach. See, I can see me application, Andy. And a man for the application buyer. Bian could be the application or a better CV than this coach. Baby and Kajumano on TV yet. Said the coach we are me. So here a club side that. The way our coaches be Eddie or fans a bondeno. Obi to say air club. Tamana club will Liverpool. O say on the fans in bonde pa. Now some we are Teta on the Arsenal supporters no or more bonde Arsenal for supporters have penasem or also Arsenal supporters nasem club. Any see a Liverpool supporters no. Now there was a bond. Beyond coach na coach ni no. Look at the bond that only players denya. Look at bond that only air supporters no. And so far see anytime a Blaster bobo game be no. And if he the first place a coach ni kono. Air supporters maybe a supporters no no. And a coach ni ko. No mako vibe kakra. That kind of air bonding no. And the first year air be this bonding no. And I think that and yet by precedence and I won't say yafa coach be a man adwuma no aye ne de fuframa na wantimi anya aniko coach na actually say Blaster adwuma ne de demand bi demand bia no say be ka kofa obi a betua ne ka scan wo form na enya resource ye pe anyway we so beji 100,000 or beji $150,000 ne be here resource ye pe dia can go for this and for the fact that Otuado eba first one second one amfa no and say we so no Andy ye the adwuma no permanent ra eno so mfa. And also be a coach really coach obetimi aboye and the first 2 games na coach na bo at the World Cup any the different approach me say me na me shara nyini ni but da me gini di ye no ye ni England game no me share line up na me say coach we aye adwuma line up me line up me ye nyina no na Caleb any range ni party omo me send
Caleb ni Sibo any party in midfield na me ensani nim na me ka say party ni hwan ebebo ba line up ni pae na no na Sibo ginam na party ginam na Caleb so ginam me wie no e na osade na ki be say gina no e na wingers ni mienu osade drop yo mo ba chire so me protect full backs no so be England for no enya 1v1 the approach any the way our line up no I'm say this coach no and the line up no enye blueprint as ya yato team be any bobia no in the same lineup which was already the
opponent no dependent on the opponent and that is a sign of a good coach be a opponent no idea or their approach and then the lineup and the 2 games na yabudi nyina no different approach different lineup that is a hallmark of a very good coach so back to us here can club can also pay Also, sometimes coaches need be so the blasters be rezi almost so a portfolio normal standard. And the baby work up no. Na Saudi phobia any Iraq for no Moscano. Obi so be sika tu. Ebasa na you may even give the coach an offer, but he may reject it. Said the ono abame ni munyam no. Ono so the platform no. For now, crana ni dia ira o. Senen kepe coaches ana no ni dia ira. But akoya mutual a benefit. Yen and no faso. Ono so yen no faso. Enti work up na bia na cars cry available near too much. No nya so many offers. We may like to keep him. But bia na onya bigger offer and onya bigger offer. 2010 when dey ko ye no. Tell bia ni no dey ko ye no. Oba ya Milo.
Was it Milo?
Yeah, Milo dey ko 2010. We wanted to keep Milo. But Milo had a bigger offer. He left. But before say Milo ban when any no. Nobody knew Milo. Use Ghana as a platform to gain popularity, raise his CV, and went for a bigger offer. Coach with the way Juma will be any no. But until so before Ghana Jumano, no a coach will fade out.
Yeah, well, fade out.
But I say what the Ghana Jumano after the Indigenous Arbor to Surubium, and I'm sure that Sayasika 4 teams in Saudi Arabia and one no most can play coaching. Baby, I'm not we want having Renado one. Says the woman coach, almost Ake no money coach.
Very nice. So no way. Saudi Arabia, umpa coach ba.
Na coach ni so ba feli. Decide for cry and just imagine say Saudi do offer ba. Na Ghana do offer ba. We cannot meet Saudi for offer no. So yen game no, yen tournament ni we. Na coach ni the offers are available. Ghana so yen your options. Say your man offer no obetena dia. I think say what say or your coach will beat me about Blasters and let's keep him depending and say or be willing to stay.
Now very now right. So moko. Ono be ko hana so obi do na ko club. Oh me father for only 2 games.
Akwa we go be ha Ghana pa.
Who say
what be $200,000?
Who say a timer ya fa Carlos Queiroz we na ono so ne Saudi for the party we no.
Yeah.
That Ghana is allows that for me some pamana mum fan na Ghana am kofa because also na Ghana pro no chain.
Yeah.
No Ghana prefer ono to Carlos Queiroz.
But so no I'm say Afcon no had there world
0240929256 0240929283 fra na also do adventure e dey aba and the Black Stars agent akono e wo the FIFA e World Cup no ye did common bebrebe I said the nema enso esiete nti wo so no say e na wo hwe e game no o predict say e na e dia ba Ghana say na wo si wo say be wie no na results no enso etimi akọ and afei wo so hwe say ye finish say ye no ne ade ma kwa say twetwuru bi abo say ye ni first and second and say na ye mfamfa ye route no but ni nyina no eye ni nyina eboa ti no ye ni nkomo anopai na yinti de Ghana for enso eka. Hello. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
About you, we need to be a casa free senior.
Taxi driver, I'm casa free.
About you, into you.
I go for my family.
Amen.
Yampo. Every day, Jubia, a bit and money more.
Uzazane.
So waka. Adeo.
Was you trying to simple tea?
Yeah, kind of call answer.
Hello.
Hello, Annie.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning,
Joso.
It top lead any top no na yenkoye ni.
No, okay. Any yenkoye ni me ye na confidence mra. Ye show mo na opponent susure say nkofo mu. Hello.
Good afternoon, Andy.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Saturday, man, check it. Andy, the last 4 years in Morocco, before we got semi-final, no. So much here teams I can say.
Aye.
So much here friends in Spain.
Aye, share Portugal, you know.
Hey, you are now. And Tiani says you slow teams I can say now. Now you perceive a quay in Susua. Yeah, when I see a bit and qualification, the name here, partner say, ebe nim go ase say group stage yes see abefi but Andy onya qualify kwa dia ani automatically obesi amema it is a Champions League ebo Andy se bo group stage ni wi Andy dia na aka e ma no ko fie mema na ekodi ago entu ntimi sro bia Andy dia na tire say team na ekosi omo so nhwe ye so ye ball no ne ye friend ten England omo nhwe ye ne ye friend ten
Panama
Panama and a friend saying
Croatia
no one can say group of Ghana dem a what me film no dey teams of Ghana ni omo boy no teams no so nyefo onya so so omo su besuru and na Christian ni ka say the bia yi say Ronaldo and the nyina ni Ronaldo sa time no 4 years ago ni e friend saying 8 years ago enye the same Ronaldo ni bio na sa Andy the best striker this season Harry Kane na etimi stop na Andy Ronaldo na nkwala na yiro omo ntimi stop no entiyanwe ne ball we next opponent no ehu beka no Ghana ebenya confidence team bi ebesia ne dia ni so far as aye call World Cup ne die trophy na e ba akopɛ Andy 48 teams no ba akopɛ na beje enti team bi ebesia ne dia Andy no kra no unim say eboa Ghana o because obo lower team or rank and new but your both big teams Andy a boy from dance e be ka say ye noje the be e be for bi Andy me crowd me person e be African team there by this time in Croatia Colombia and Asia Portugal Andy ni o mo fan so Andy nkola no be aduma nde e ni o
okay me da sibibrebe ene onso de odi aba o so no de onu kra no pese ihia so called akesefo no because oje mranchi ni di say boys no ebitimi aye adwuma 0240929256 0240929283 now so the odi aba Christian sauti
nyina coach ni confidence odi ama Ghana for ni obi o say before this World Cup nanka obi enka nchozi bitima she Portugal ba Ghana for na wo GDC bitima she Portugal na chira adwuma coach na ye ama for GD
okay hello ujina su hello okay we just try him na but ujina su but na on kasa ti dem call the next person hello
good afternoon bro
good morning sir
good morning sorry if I told born I can you be share bia abitimi na bo ni jam kasa am say mo kase ayi for Portugal for say US for the issue on the show so mbati o mo
yeah
yes you are here na Portugal for tie hu bi so Mr. Adrian why
okay me da see ti o say Portugal share no share see yenso yenko tie ho hello
good morning
sir
what you going to say
nyankopa adumogusu share na so
Andy media kakra me kan say born na Ghana bono media me huni say nka obi ebehia bia no e okay mai on say area say bia e determination say we determine say obetumi ayade na obeye by say we wadin say we dey kugo die bi ba wa fa na o ye di because yen had bi 2006 first World Cup Ghana qualify here so on my money nyina tai Ghana chi ama bibia ko so kama 2010 yen had bi eno so Uruguay koya na aje no mko boy penalty nsam eno so di free mu if 2014 Brazil nsam ye ba ye ko fi kamo a eno ho no asombo nyina ba mu ana o man ne bu fu ye 2018 kwade yan qualify 2022 henu Brazil kan ye ba fi we no say o man ne di support any akoma pa bi di team na chi enti ama boys ni so nyopepa anya resim say o musu bitimi ayaduma no enti sunsun na Ghana dia kai o man ne chi no in fact me de me hu ni say obi a obeba bia no editamu se betumi o mabonko ade a England squad be no muni so wo Jude wo she friends they can rise na wo she omo market kana obi abo big teams but yet me ni o mugina point enti say wo determine abrabo mutumi ti determine say obetumi ayade no kwade abeye enti me de me ogide say Portugal say no mo say 2 times Boy papa be ya no boy e chance bi na munye nyaye enti if you correct mistake na say next time you share wo mo a you betumi o mo abo enti ni nyina ne say ye bayiri ye ho ya focus match no bi obebe bia ne ya de say no bebo me da wase
Mr. Medasepa, and also contribution on the show, another pay 0240929256 0240929283. Now also watch it. Hello,
Andy Kapelas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Patrick Benji in fancy Seria and a pair every idea. Yeah, body in fancy. Seria, yeah, just possible giddy. Now, send you a million of the time. The board there, over set of steamer. Board their president you. So far, so to qualify the woman bought. A moment management qualified, qualified the massa. Don't say you're so to me, bought. Before they give up the Brinaka England, there, it's me so money. By some number, you put to go more for Bill. Who's up with his area or the 2 million without send fight for Portugal? A new walk, a more for Bill, but you're not bought. So you go and say, since you possibly say to my one who said to me. English class, but the moon says, who's born there, a degree and you let my son, a good piece to my son, what you know. But the cannibal needs that my son will be at the hope. So this is the better for the queen, we give it much more there, no fear, but no president, can about draw near yes, practice near for you. More to be a home, you don't look at code, you know more, more more, I think I said. So say, yeah, come like wouldn't lie on. No fear, no tender. We are watching Benji in fancy Seria Naklau.
Merasi Benji in fancy Seria. And also, dear, watch me, Eria Beckham, one pay. I'm a bibia, and so I come. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Apajin Bajo, dinner be a free.
Actually, FM because you can free report on about.
About to into you, want to pay.
I want to pay the Jamie FM and I'm about to.
I see. Okay, yeah, that's a part near Basobody out there. My that's a baby, Yankopo, a show, Nekoswa, Tembiana, Munti, a issue. Happy belated birthday to you, Ken. Ken of Gracious Geomats Media, Ewa Safu. Ken. Kenneth, happy birthday to you, bro. From myself, Bomb DJ Game Nana Kufi, Ura, any guys, I will show a happy belated birthday. Ken, happy belated birthday to you, brother. Hello.
The great Andy Casillas Bakope.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I'm an Kusuko.
Senior,
and pay Mamicha, Honorable Colin, PK Boss, so we take sports. The tennis tournament there, do be also with 1 person favor bet my approval. So what I say, as we take Champion League in Arsenal, we were fine and dinner air full. Every equal for all kind of Cococha Madrid side, I didn't continue to be fan. And to want to make us say Portugal, mobile Papa BNT, question Usu, and to meet them in Pabon and everything Lucy. Yeah, Sansa I qualify you, and the moon I say, could you go good say Lusua, any Colombia, edited any Colombia, let's put the Colombia, and only Besia. I don't see Colombia, not what I face. So now saying go to Portugal, hey, never be Portugal, any money, boss, we are supposed to bet my year. And to me, try, me them in Pabos and the Christian say, oh, not Portugal, and Colombia. No, Colombia in this Canada and the third, no fan face or one of these 32. No, say Colombia cry, the number of the trap up anymore. As I say, Colombia, Tim Taylor, and therefore, and to Portugal, and by that, do. The team and all the which I made your home. And CR7, Rafael, oh, any contact with the Massa, which you know, and to me, the Pabons and the Croatia to me say, na Ghana, any Colombia, and go see around 32, then 24 or so, then go, as I said, never to my boy, Ghana to my question that year, Piasso, Croatia and say, what I say, I did a bit in a cannon and the Kusuko crew.
When Mate na happy birthday Kodiama Professor Emmanuel Resford Kojo Amisa Prof and your birthday. Yeah, we show a happy birthday today, Prof. Have a wonderful birthday today. Hello.
Andy, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Ani mpacho smart TV ni.
Okay.
Ani no achia Maxwell amame.
Okay.
Ani mpacho me bisa se ya omo yese Portugal no. Ani bisa me bisa o England team we ni Portugal sia and why na besa ni nonko.
Omunya nhia intino mintumi nhia.
Ba the ocean squad na England meet match Portugal.
Okay.
Enti media me huni say yen wini amanfo yese na yen ko lusi masa yen wini top group no table no na yen ko yekosia Portugal ne ba kura na ya ade.
Okay. Mirasi bebre. No dear, but yeah, na ye wini ani a top group ni wini a in top England so dear no enso ewo. Happy birthday to Pakwasi and your birthday Pakwasi, happy birthday to you. Nankopon sure have a wonderful birthday today Pakwasi. So and happy birthday Kwadiama Ohenewa Belgium and your birthday happy birthday to you Ohenewa. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Say. Overlook into. Nyankupa Adum. Insurance.
If I tell Ghana infant shit, you say, yeah, queer anymore. Said the end shop on a my view. I didn't go share Kutao. I didn't go share Lucky. And in the infant shit, you say, I saw calling my this for the big things, you know. But if I can't believe the in Tabefa, like I know, so any top scholar,
Nyame insurance pa emfa MI Yarasi Bebrebi. And then you said Mdi Kakari ever heard you know it was 1759 Santinos. Maybe a Croatia Champions League final. Me hona Ghana matches. Well, World Cup in Rodo na hona me reno. Senye fia hona ya me wa. Ya na me hwentiene. Mesa ho.
Ya me fa nche Ghana ball na wa abontin yode. We akoshe Ghana Ghana ball ntina ana ati abontin. Wo de benya abontin ati. Sese. Opani mu de mo fanto so mami na me de menye na enko na mpanifo bi so organize watch party. Unse ball no sande abontin hwe na ede wu. O hwe na abontin na vibe ni feeling no last across we ni so dia na item 13 to aso. Enti no ye ko match ne bokoso kodie na assemblyman wo honum ye fe no Honorable Ben White organize a watch party. One the DC Madam Honorable Patricia Pearl Ankra organize watch party. Inti Blasters game no koso kodie enwumre no nwotwe pepe 8 p.m. na the ball no so etimi ahye so nti wa wo kodie ene ni party bi na opa bebi ahwe ball na the assemblyman wo kodie any the MC ono so kodie no organize a watch party the TV kese giant screen AC abontina omo so ayi game na mo bia nso etimi nya bia hwe nti wo na opa bebi ahwe ball na no ato afo ho na machi omanfa specific venue na mbese so nse no ani kodie fa henfa no ani kodie but specific venue no se kodie ni hobe so entinka baby on betimi ayi bo no mo de beso so a no ani 27 June 2026 at kodie 8 o'clock prompt entino mi hu baby krona na nka amanfo but kodie de mo so a chese mo ye watch party ntino and say wo kodie a wo nantimo abi hu baby kro now so akwa kopi bia hwe na
codians na
bia kodie fo no maybe o mutaye sa program na for ni kire honum na Honorable Assemblyman any MC honum no DC rather watch party ama kodie fo so nya boni bia hwe
kodie
station honum station honum
okay aha pani
me birthday minim so we dey
yes
okay happy birthday Mr. Frederick Esuako ana me fani bi okay, Yango. We a special happy birthday. Come on, Mr. Frederick Esuako. I tell friend Fifi, a brother and a friend. Great guy. Or your Jamal Cocoa Marketing Company at Takradi. Our audit department or no. Fifi, I wish you long life and good health and happy birthday, Nibebri. Another one, we say a happy birthday, Mr. Alberto Usubuating. Or your officer, our Laura A. Smith. We friend in your friend calling cinema. Also wishing a special happy birthday and more love. And finally, next weekend they be call funeral El Kofodia. The late Madame Beatrice Adobia, I friend is 78 years. Now Friday, 3rd to Sunday 5th, and July, and basso. Wake keeping bia niwa but them on Saturday and yet never tumpem. Ewe union. Na Omako Penny Crabia, ewe St. Joseph Hospital Cemetery. A year no so basso ewe union center. And on the 5th, no, Sunday, no, Thanksgiving service bebaso a Church of Pentecost. Ningina baso Kofodia ebetom ehone ye neighbor. Madam Joyce on a child new mission. A Reverend Dia or Yedmo GS or down, Mr. Tabu Accra, and a Mrs. Rita Nyako, on Yedmo SDA Hospital or Kofodia or Nest, or more Emma Milnentia Becona Yakobo Mandi.
That'll be all about. Go for that, and this is go for the baby. Don't go for that. Just before time I say, "I'm fan club and Kaibuga Cantumna," and there's a bonus. You better know Chamakwami cash was sending a bono. Yes, I'm going to trade pop. Who's the man with chance now? Or both for baby the Chan you. Boy, church yet a Janan and Nam be out to Triono. You move I took Kumasi Yamra. Kumasi Yamra. Remember Biamra Hodom, Yamra. A big degree, Cockam Casudons or Siadi oil. To send a certificate name to trade for Nene, a big Jama. And yet, what does me Yaman Chow now or who watch it? Let me say the old woman on it. Oh, May, Zeda, overflow common on it. Aye. It was a Yabra, no sure why. And Alebo, so did you say? And then we can Jada. But before come can't even phantom California, so be able to remember 1 man or so be fine. And then you know 100 Chammy Didi. Or send a 1 man then and the 1 Mahon you Chammy Medidi, Ubidi, I Pamo. Intended to remember Biam Lahon and then you may. Okay, that's so that's it. I'm just waiting to see. I'm not going to add much now. I best have it to us on the Akebiano and so Abba. DJ Bishops. Hey, or China Sunday. Wait, I'm ready. I'm here, Mamandi. The Umber Kaviamonka. Huh?